that one message is still killing me, Dave.
What message?
The one to that one customer. I'm still trying to do it.
Okay. The timer's agonizing. Hey, everyone. I think we are live. Yep. So welcome to the Arduin's Portal to Adventure final Kickstarter live stream. And I'm not going to waste any time because we've got some awesome guests. I'll be rotating through people. We're going to be hanging out. I am having a little something to drink tonight, so to celebrate the Kickstarter. But before I get into that real quick, if y'all haven't already, go back to Kickstarter. It's like a few minutes left or a few hours left. So, but otherwise, what's up, everyone? We got
what's going on?
Yeah, we got some folks here. I'll start with I'll just go in order of John since he's right next to me. John and George and Dave, then Matt. So John, you're up. I'm gonna say hello.
Hey, hello. Happy Halloween, everyone. The Kickstarter has hit a wonderful milestone, and it's continuing to climb by the minute. So we're definitely celebrating. Got my soju right here.
There you go. John, who are you?
I am Shrek.
Well, I mean, who are you? But yeah, you're Shrek too.
Oh, yeah. I'm Shrek right now. I'm in character. Now I do a lot of work behind the scenes with assembling sets. I am writing adventure module for Barrows and Borderlands, and I'm one of the core players of the canon campaign.
And core referees.
Core referee.
John's been helping me out for a while. And he's just an awesome member of the team. So next up, we've got George.
Hello, everybody. George DeRosa, VP of MCHO. What can I say? Just been part of the company for a long time. 27 years, Dave and I have been doing this. And here we are now. We got the Kickstarter going. We've teamed up with Matt and Griff, and we're ecstatic. We really appreciate it. This is unbelievable. We didn't think we'd be, at this level with the Kickstarter. It's just tremendous, the amount of support. So we're very, very happy. Everybody, all the backers, again, I want to say thank you. And you're just causing a lot of work, a lot of late nights for Matt and Dave and I, a lot of casting. I know Medea's here in Buffalo. It's going to be a bit cold out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Matt's going to be chained to the shed.
As I have been.
Yeah.
So
we get John and a couple others to help you. But
dude, I'm gonna enlist my players. Have them work in my shed shop. But
yeah.
All right, next up we got Dave.
Hi, Dave Bukata with Emperor's Choice. Like George said, happy to have all the backers and all the support from the whole entire gaming community. Glad to have Matt on board, taking over a lot of the work. And I think he's got John to help him a lot too, is right?
Yeah. John's gonna be be doing most of it while I drink lemonade.
Oh, nice.
Watch him as I'm kidding.
Yeah, create new ideas. And...
I'll be over here like.
You got to wear like a gray suit, like you're a high-ranking member of the Chinese Communist Party with a parasol, and just direct John to make things.
I was going a different direction. I was thinking like, overalls, paint my skin yellow. And
there you go.
So, and then we've got Lord Matthias. Dave, you want to finish up?
No, I was just going to say, but I've already started assembling everything. Just waiting on a few pieces, and it's going to be a lot of effort.
You're telling me. All this stuff behind me here got you can't even see it. I was about to change my camera view, so I've got just stacks and stacks and stacks of books.
I'm in a fairly large room myself, and I've got boxes upon piles of maps, catalogs, everything in front of me.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. But and then we've got Lord Matthias here, who's gonna be with us for a short while, but a good while.
Hello everybody. I have nothing to do with this project. I did not write anything, but I've been a super fan since day one. And George, I'm just going to disagree with you right off the bat. That's what we do on my channel, The Second Watch. We argue and disagree. I knew this was going to be big. The OSR is at a point where they're looking at, the retro clone era is done. The, hey, look at my house rule era is done. People are now wanting to see what you can do with the OSR in a more creative way. They're looking for setting material. They're looking for ideas that they can mine for their own games, and everything about Portal to Adventure, the Barrows and Borderlands Discord grand campaign that's been going on there. What you guys have provided with Arduin, and of course what Grip has done with and provided with Tonnesborg, all of that fits that. So if this was like a company where someone's like, hey, do you want to buy some stock? I would have bought stock. You know what I mean? Like, I just knew it. I just knew. I am pleasantly surprised because yesterday I looked at the Kickstarter. It was at 40K ish. And I'm seeing it's almost 54. So in the next couple of hours, let's see if we can hit 60. Because
that would be
that would be awesome. So I wanted to say congratulations, guys. It's very, very well deserved. And I'm really happy to be a supporter. And I'm looking forward to getting that into my hands.
Well,
so I can start playing it,
Lord Matthias down here is being humble right now because he's like, oh, I don't have anything to do with this. But you were the first guy to review my game for Barrows of Borderlands. You're the first guy to do an unboxing video. And I remember when I saw your video and I ran to my parents, I was like, dude, look, this guy, there's a YouTuber talking about the little game I threw together. I was like, it was so cool. And no, I don't think Barrows and Borderlands would have sold much had you not made your video.
Well, thank you. That makes me feel very good because that's exactly what my channel is about. That's what Gary and I like to do with the Second Watch. I mean, we're not interested in drama and arguing with people. Like, we argue in good faith, like, hey, but it's about the nuts and bolts of the game, right? It's about how to be better and try new ideas. And I just have, I've had a passion for the indie scene since 2020 when I discovered it. And I'd much rather people be spending money on you guys than going to Wizards of the Coast, for example. So,
that's fair.
But yeah, so I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. It means my efforts are not in vain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Kickstarter has kind of blown me away. I remember, like, Dave over here was saying when we were starting this out, he was like, yeah, maybe 50, 100 if it's really crazy. And talking about backers, like people that would want the box sets, and then we're triple that number. So
yeah, I think I ultimately assigned it 100 in my mind.
Yeah. So, and I'm mainly excited. I mean, I know everybody watching's like, good, they've done well, and but I'm really excited to be playing this in the Discord with folks after this is all over, because we've got like 180 people in there now, and some of the guys, this will be their first time playing anything outside of 5e, and some of them it'll be the first time playing anything that isn't like that's a role-playing game. So that I'm excited to see how that will go. I know John's going to be running some games here next month. I'll be running some games. We've got Dracula in Space on November 8th, so that'll be pretty fun. So all the guys that just got the Kickstarter or whatever, or we've got the Discord open for new, easy to use character sheets and everything, and we'll be hopping right into it. And as soon as even as soon as we get off stream tonight, I'll be printing more. I'll be printing more tomorrow, and the day after that, and the month after that. So, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. And I was gonna see if we had any questions. Let's bring somebody else up too. Oh, look who I found.
There he is. Oh. My partner in crime.
The legend.
I heard Matt talking, and I was like, he's got to be wrong about something. So I need to jump in here. Hey, Matt said something. I just want to say this real quick. I know you have things to get to, but Matt said something about I'd rather direct people to spend money on this instead of Wizards of the Coast. And here's the thing. I agree with that. But what's great about this product and the Kickstarter that you guys are doing is that it's just better. You don't have to
Mhm.
buy it because you're making a stand. You don't have to make a statement or any kind of thing like that. It's just a great game. So yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
have to say. Thank you guys for making it. I'm looking forward to stealing Matt's Kickstarter when it gets in. And
There you go.
carry on,
Yeah.
guys.
There you go. And
That-
you know,
that's awesome. And I just want to say, and we've talked about this, it's passion, and it's about making things that we think is cool, that would be fun, they're functional, they're good looking, and you pour that into it. So it's not about, like you said, Gary, making a statement or trying to anything like that. It's about, let's make some really cool game products
Absolutely.
that are gonna make people happy. And it was one of the first things, as Matt has stated numerous times, he asked us when we first connected, are we gonna make cool stuff? And I'm like, absolutely, that's all we do.
Real quick, man. Proof, Matt, Mr. Tapp, I want to show you this. It really is here. I really did get it.
it did arrive.
It did arrive. You really did put Electric Boogaloo into it for me, and I have a
I
physical
did.
copy.
Well,
it is
you-
awesome.
You were one of the first people to get an radioactive boogaloo because so for those that don't know, I tried to send this to Gary like 5 times.
Oh my god!
It became a running joke.
It kept coming back. And so the last time it came back, I was like, you know what? Here, this will make it get there. I'll put extra stuff in there, and then it arrived.
And
So-
it showed up.
I was
It was a football day for my littles, and I usually make the older boy go, and he like helps coach or runs chains or do whatever. That day I was like, Ivan, do not leave this house. If there is a knock on the door, you better get it. No friends. Like I made him wait at the house all day for it to get
That's
here.
funny.
Yeah,
Well,
poor
that's
Gary.
good.
Gary was having a existential crisis throughout that whole ordeal. I'd get texts. He's like, "I haven't gotten B&B yet. Is it something I said?"
Yes.
and then
No.
and then he gets the physical copy of Electric Boogaloo, and I'm like, I didn't get one.
Was it something you said? No.
It wasn't something I said. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna. You brought up like, yeah, it's not about bucking the system or anything. I have something just right for that. I actually put something up on the B&B website. I think it's kind of hilarious, but I put this up on there. Now I can sum this down into like 2 sentences. Get rid of half the things and then mix it in with Arduin and B&B, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. There was a
That's
period of
awesome.
time where a few years ago, everybody was like seeing if they can hack 5e to make it more what they wanted. And there was all this conversation going on X and various blogs, a couple of YouTube videos. And I got into it. I was like, okay, what would I do to make this more like an OSR game? And about, I don't know, a couple hours of meditating, writing, scrapping things, I all of a sudden, I had this epiphany. I'm like, why don't I just play OSR games?
Yeah.
So I was done. I'm like, I've never looked back at 5e. It's a fine game. People want to enjoy it, fine. But I think the OSR is where it's at, and that's where my home is. So
I've had a lot of players start B&B having come from 5e, and it seems to be a pretty cool, like, I'm surprised at, well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised at how many 5e players are actually looking for an experience that is sort of a classic game. Because you really can, it's almost like you get to do more, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, I think kind of a inadvertent bait and switch. I don't think this was intentional. And I hate to, pick on the Critical Role guys, but this is what I do. I think people saw that and they were like, oh, that would be cool, right? So they ran out, got 5e, right? And they're playing it, and it doesn't quite do that, right? It's really not that kind of a game. And but if you're into tactical, that kind of hardcore analytic sort of gameplay, it does scratch that itch. I do want to give it to that. Like, I have a friend of mine, we used to argue for hours about immersion. And I'm like, well, you're not really role-playing, dude. He said, of course I'm immersed. I'm worrying about how many bonuses and how to use these feats correctly. No, that's engagement, bro. Like, that's the kind of argument we would have. But what's interesting about Barrows and Borderlands, and I was thinking about this the other day, I'm actually not surprised 5e players are into it. One of the core features of a lot of the modern game design seems to be focused on player experience as opposed to like the campaign world and like the group experience. So that's why you have all these feats and weird, subclasses and stuff. But with Barrows and Borderlands, how many character classes does a player get to choose from?
Like
You know what I mean? Like you actually do,
lot.
you do give the players a lot of choice, and I think that is I think that's a good thing, and I think that helps encourage the new gamer. Like I'm fine with the 7 core classes of BX, right? 3d6 down the line. Oh, I have 1 hit point at first level. I'll play that character and I'll have a blast. You know what I mean? But the modern gamer is a little different. You know what I mean? And I think B&B does kind of cater to that. And I think that helps it make it work.
We took. I mean, sometimes we've even made new classes for folks in. Well, they're not official classes or anything, but we've had like one guy was wanting to play a half-caster, but he wanted to have more samurai feel, and I was like, okay. So we looked at some of the old samurai classes from Dragon Magazine and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, yeah, let's hack it together and threw it on there. So it is sort of like, I think I've told you before that a lot of new players I don't even start them with a class or a character sheet. So it doesn't really it's about getting immersed in the world less so than picking out character options, which can be fun in some games. I mean, I had a conversation with somebody about Pathfinder a while ago, and we were talking about it, and I said, well, this is how I would use Pathfinder. I would do like an arena thing, and it's PvP, and you're playing it like a tactical war game. Yep. And I would make a big arena grid, and I would the campaign would be every session we meet up and do PvP war game for the arena, and then in between sessions y'all will role play with each other as the arena fighters. And I thought that made sense.
I want to run that game now. I'll run that within the system. That's a great idea, man.
Well, come join the Discord, because that arena exists in Zor.
I'm weeks away. I'm weeks away from like having free time again. It's coming.
I'm going to try to get into that. Space Dracula. Yeah, I want to get into that one. I marked it on my calendar to make sure I'm available.
Dracula wants you in there too. So
I just love the concept.
Foxhoff has Foxhoff done videos about your server and like getting on and making characters? He has.
And he's actually hanging out here, so I'll let him talk about it.
Oh,
I think we can fit one more.
Just quickly,
what's going on, man?
My giant head takes up so much space, and that's not my ego. I don't have much of an ego, but there you go.
You do now.
How you guys doing? I've been listening away, laughing my ass off. But go on, Matt.
I was just gonna say, Fox, you want to tell folks who you are?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hi, I am Foxhoff, also known as Kieran, which is my real name. I'm a YouTuber. I do reviews and look at and all that stuff. So yeah, I have gotten to know Matt very well the last few months. I play in the server and Discord a ton. I trip every week, sometimes twice a week if there's games on. And yeah, like you mentioned about how to join the server and play in the campaign, Gary. Me and Matthew, we done the video on that there, I think it was last week. And we go over everything and how you can join, how you're going to play, the different forms you're going to fill out before you play. You get your character in so we can keep track of everything. So when we do this, it's so we know who's going to be in that game. And then if we look back on things, you're able to find out, okay, what impact did this have on the game overall? And then things will be incorporated into the game world as they progress slowly. So like maybe if me, you, and a few lads like John, we went on a big adventure and something crazy happened. Even a couple of months later, something more crazy might have and come from that and affected the game world more. So
yeah,
we can then look back and record everything. So
well, I'll definitely go check that out. I am
better.
It's so like I can how like right before summer when you're in school and summer is about to happen. That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, dude, I got like 2 more football games to go to, and then my weeknights are so free. You know what I mean? I'm just 1 more kid, 2 more games. Let's do this, and then they're gonna lose me for about 9 months. It's gonna be nothing but gaming.
Well, I know as far as games in the server, there's so many to play in. And hopefully when your schedule does free up, I'll also get you to be running some games at some point too. Because I heard you're a good referee. So
I think it depends on who you ask and what mood they're in at the moment. Every time I
Well-
run a game, I've run games with Matt in him, and he's always like, "Oh man, that was so good, that was so good." And then last week he busts out with, "Bro, you're just not an OSR dungeon master. That's all there is to it, man. That's just not you." And then he turns around and walks off and just leaves me sitting with that all week, you know?
well, you
It's
know,
called tough luck.
well, I have the confrontation of the century here. John, you mind if I steal you for 1 second, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull someone up, and we're gonna get the. No, John, I'm gonna pull John right back too. But I need to. You need the confrontation of. We've got the player that
it's
I
Ultra.
stole from you, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Poacher.
Wait, what? What's the
said-
story here? I feel like I'm missing details.
I don't know the
I don't
story.
know,
That's
but
why.
I'm gonna pay for something I feel like. So
No, no.
As an outside observer. Okay, so the story
you're
begins.
muted.
Oh, am I muted? Can you hear me?
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear him.
Yeah,
That's just scary.
it's just scary. No, he said
y'all
that
hear
on
Matt?
purpose. He's just trying
Oh,
to screw with me.
Can't hear any of us.
What?
Leave and come back.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
might want to.
hear anybody
Yeah.
but you, Hunter.
Here,
Hold on. That's
I'll,
weird. Oh,
I'll drop you
Wait,
down and pull you back up.
Yeah.
So, is this better?
Can you hear us now, Gary?
Tell the story, Matt, and I'll let Gary
All right.
fix this. stuff.
So Gary, when I met Gary, he was
Am I
big.
back?
Bring Gary and drop me down.
No.
Okay, all right. So Gary ended up reading Alexander McCrease's Arbiter of Worlds. It's like, wow, this is amazing, and I'm just sitting there going, yeah, bro, this is where I've been living mentally for like a few years now. Fantastic. And then he wanted to run this West Marches game, and he did all the research, and we talked about it. We like bounced ideas off each other, and like he put together something that I it was definitely very cool. And so he started running it, and I was kind of getting into like the backstory to whatever this land we were at, but then the doldrums of summer hit, and you know how that happens. Like you want to go outside. People aren't gaming as much, and his game started to sort of dry up, and he kind of took it a little hard. And I was like, no, man, you know what you're doing. There's just some things you might want to work on, but like maybe it's some of the players. But the joke we ended up kind of running with was Barrows and Borderlands took all his players because they're all over on your server. So and I was just like, well, no, man, it's not you, it's them. Maybe it's Matt. I don't know. But that's been kind of like the running gag. Like you stole all the and frankly, I think you stole some of the players I've been used to gaming with over on my server as well. No, but that's cool though. Like my gaming server. Well, my server, I'm trying to just develop like kind of like a gaming server. Like I have guys who are really interested in like just running one shots to like introduce people to games. And I think that's great. A buddy of mine, Legacy Game Mastering, he's like the big one. And I certainly haven't been I've been so busy. I haven't been able to run anything. So I just think it's great that people are gaming. I don't care where they go. And I don't really consider it poaching. Like, we're all like part of like a broader community, when people want to when I announce that, hey, I'm going to run some Red Room Wretched stuff, come on over to my server, and people are interested, that they're welcome. When I say, hey, I'm running some more Lamentations of the Flame Princess, they're welcome. So speaking of the devil, I might start advertising in your server, by the way.
Oh, go ahead. Hey, well, that's one of the things. That's the reason I have the Game of Games going, because we have some other referees that are running their own settings and their own rule systems in the server, and players can take their characters to their world and play in them. And we have 3 different methods of characters going from world to world. So there's direct, where we're using the same rule system. You're just going through a portal. Indirect, where it's the same character but you're using a new rule system, like give you that John Carter of Mars feel. And then there is the sort of like an isekai, where it's just your mind and soul, and you go to the other world and you make a whole new character, so you never have to worry. I got Matt back.
Oh, there he is.
No
it
idea.
couldn't handle all the cool stuff I was just telling you. So
No, my brain melted, and then my computer shut down.
And then we lost Gary again.
and then we lost Gary. But if you want, you could run some games on the server over here too, and that would be fun because my players want to get some playtime in.
I'll play.
All right. Well, okay.
I'm
actually I'm going to actually talk more about this on the live stream tonight in about a half hour when we start. Not trying to steal anyone from your live stream, but in about 30 minutes, the second watch will begin. Love to see everyone there after this stream is over. But the stuff that's been keeping me busy is finally done. I got a draft done of a shadowdark zine I've been putting together. Now I'm just kind of going through the editing phase. My brain is now able to like run a game, so I'm going to try to do something soon. Coupled with the fact that I'm really kind of getting on this health kick, and doing like a 24-hour fast on a Sunday is just, I think, is awesome. But I need to be distracted from my hunger because I just love food so much. And I think running a 4 to 5 hour game will do that. So
there you go.
I'm going to be putting something together very soon. So I'd love to see everyone there.
So, and don't be mad when I show up with my Arduin Centaur character. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I know that you and Gary have got to go get ready for your show. So I was going to let y'all head out. Is there anything you wanted to say before you left?
Couple things. If you're watching this and you haven't backed the Kickstarter, please do. This is probably the biggest thing the OSR has seen in a while, and I think that's great. As far as I am concerned, I do a little bit of YouTubing, but really I want to write and publish things. So I've got stuff coming down the pike. Like I said, a shadowdark zine. Hopefully that'll be published in the next like 60 days. But yeah, the second watch, YouTube, Lord Mattias, or if you're on Rumble, Gaming with Lord Mattias. Guys, one final thing. Congratulations. This is fantastic. Let's see this thing hit 60K. That's what I want to see by the end of the night.
That would be crazy.
Thank you. Gonna take a drink here before you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yep. There you go.
All right,
Salute, brother.
Salute.
Have a good one, man. Salute.
Take care. Happy Halloween, all.
Happy
Halloween.
Yeah,
So we've also got just to put it out there, the Kickstarter, if y'all scan the QR code at the top right of the screen, that should take you to the Kickstarter. I don't know if anybody wants to test that, but I tested it earlier and it should still work. But otherwise, if y'all just search Arduin's Portal to Adventure in the on Kickstarter's homepage, you should be able to find us quite easy. It's A, so it pops right up to the top.
Yeah.
So,
But
But I'm gonna,
I'm gonna start saluting everyone. Hunter, Fox.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hunter,
Yeah.
you didn't get a chance to introduce yourself. So I didn't know if you wanted
318.
to say who you were. I've got good old Jack tonight. So
Yeah, and you know I'm from the South because I got a Whataburger cup that I bought from the store a while back that I drink out constantly. So,
there you go.
well, for all those who don't know me, my name is Hunter, aka the Ultra American TTRPGer. I'm just a typical TTRPG fan who loves my games and loves my country, and sometimes the two can interconnect depending on what I'm talking about. But I don't. But when it comes to TTRPGs, there's nothing I love more right now than Barrows and Borderlands. It's become one of my favorites, and it's actually funny because while I've been promoting Portal of Victor nonstop since this all started, I know absolutely nothing about Arduin. I didn't even know what it was until I met Matt. So it's interesting because I'm planning to get these two, George and Dave, on my show sometime. I gotta talk to you guys about that, and y'all can just share. Y'all can just info dump all the Arduin stuff on me for a stream.
Trust me, George will, and you will know everything by the end
Yes,
of it.
I will.
You won't stop calling either.
Yeah, it's like I want to know everything. Apparently, apparently Arduin's a big deal, and I just never knew about it. I'm late to that party. Apparently,
That goes for a lot of people.
Yes.
It was a staple, and then it sort of fell in the background because the game moved in a different direction. But that's what George and Dave are doing awesome thing of, is revitalizing it, not just because it's old, but because it is cool. So it's the first time I've seen a game system other than obviously the Barrows and Borderlands, where it really dives straight into this play anything mindset. So between the DM advice from Hargrave and the mechanics that are in there, they don't bog down the game. It's like I like to think of it like a DLC for any classic game, like a massive DLC. I don't know if y'all remember the old Bethesda, back when Bethesda was making really good stuff, but you remember when like Oblivion would have the DLCs and Fallout 3 would have the DLCs, which basically changed the entire game, and next thing you know, you're on a spaceship with aliens.
Yeah, expansion packs.
Yeah, that's what Arduin feels like to me. And from what I've looked at with the compatibility between it and any of the old school systems, it works great. Obviously, it marries Barrows and Borderlands quite well, but like I said, I've tested to see how it looks in shadowdark. You could fit it into your OSE games, your Labyrinth Lords, your Osrics, and all those things. It sort of marries it. So I'm gonna let George and Dave save some things for your live stream where we can do an Arduin history dive, and that would be really fun. Because a lot of people don't know the history, but I'm sure after they've been playing it with all of us, they will get super into it and want to know more. But I'm gonna bring I'm gonna swap Fox out real quick, and I'm gonna bring back John, and also we have another awesome guest. So let me pull this up. Got the I love the costume. It's so good.
Awesome.
Oh man. So yeah, Shadow, why don't you introduce yourself?
Shadow from Shadow and Sun.
Yes.
Thought I'd stop in. I've been busting my ass. I had to go out and fight the food apocalypse and then fight crime at the same time. And I just got in, and boy, are my 45s tired.
There you go. Hey, 45s are in Arduin, so they've got almost any caliber weapon that you can think of, all the way up to 16-inch artillery. So
I might add, during our play test, he's the first player to shoot off a 45.
Oh my
he
gosh.
He was.
Wow. I heard y'all's playtest was quite wild. The
It was
AVA
awesome.
stuff.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
The first play test. So how was gaming with Moses then?
No, well,
he you got to watch him because he will fudge the dice a little.
So Shadow and Sun's been doing Arduin stuff for a long time. I was
79,
wondering,
brother.
Yeah, well, we all know, you and I know how good George and Dave are, but they've been taking care of us since I've met them. I've been taking care of me, and from what I heard from your stories, they've been really good to you. So I know they can't say it about themselves.
Even before we met, right around the time they went into their hiatus, I was looking for Arduin miniatures left and right. I had some books and stuff, and I wrote them and I said, "Hey, are you guys still in business? What's the deal?" And I didn't hear back from them until one day I opened up my door and I almost trip over 3 boxes. I'm like, "What the heck is this?" 2 big flat rate postal boxes and a big triangular box I'd never seen before. It's like, did I order a rifle? What's going on here? I opened it up, and it was literally things from Arduin I didn't even know existed. They gave me a whole set of the cassette box miniatures, the cards, all the book. I mean, literally everything that was in their freaking store, and a crap ton of miniatures that 10 years later I still haven't gotten around to painting. There's one right here. One right here. I got to find the head, but it's one of the air sharks, one of the greatest Arduin monsters of all time. I mean, just how often do you get to say Candygram in a Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeons and whatever game? Never. You open the door and there's a freaking shark floating, just waiting to gobble your ass up. I freaking love it.
Some people send Pinkertons, some people send miniatures,
Wow.
I was not gonna lie. I was like worried that I had accidentally sent up my credit card number or something, but no.
You did.
they didn't know me from
Yeah.
they didn't know me from Adam, and they sent me like it's just one of everything in the factory. Just send it to this complete stranger, and I kept on them and kept on them. You know, sending intermittent emails, and then one day they actually answered.
Yeah.
And then here we are, man.
7 years later.
Yep, and now my boy,
Time.
and now my son's creating all those flags you see behind George.
Yep.
And I had to correct you. He was 14 when he did that.
14.
A few days before his 15th birthday, instead of being on summer vacation, he was on his computer drawing up all those flags. And like 3 days after he was done, he was on an airplane to Mexico. So he spent the first month of his vacation between like either 9th and 10th grade or 8th and 9th grade, and boom. History.
Well, I absolutely love the flags for that, and I know that Shadow, I'm gonna have to talk to you at some point, like we discussed earlier. I need some flags for B&B, but if he's still doing
it, be honored to do it. And if he says otherwise, awesome. I will hit him with the cattle prod.
There we go. But I was gonna also real quick, I was gonna see John's been here, but he's been kind of quiet because he's been letting other people talk because he's too nice. But
which is the first.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hunter and I have been playing games with John too, so it's always good when we pick on each other. But John's got something cool behind you. What is that thing?
That is the official cover for the second adventure module for Barrows and Borderlands, Castle Dread.
Yeah.
53 level mega dungeon for like 8+ level characters. So,
dude,
how many characters though? That's the real.
Oh, could we really put a number on that?
Yes, please, because I'm thinking
from what I've seen, it is harder than Dracula in Space, but easier than Caliban.
Wow.
I know that's a very big difference.
Unless I'm running it.
Yeah, unless you're running it.
Yeah, I give a lot of freedom for refs to really make things mean if they want to.
It's like, Mr. Al, how many character deaths does it take to get to the finish of the rest of this dungeon?
1, 20, 30, run.
Hey, you know, I ran Dracula in Space at that convention. Yes, the first time I ran it, like 5 or 6 people died. But the second time I ran it, nobody died. And they escaped the ship.
No, someone died. Someone did die. But
they okay. Well, never mind. Yeah. Oh, and then Shay,
they died on the ship as we were
level
leaving.
Drained from the vampire. So okay, well, you know, it didn't go all happy. But
was he just like, "Go, son, save yourself"?
Did I miss the stats for Dracula in that module?
He is in the upper deck level, room number 2 or 3. His stats are in there.
Okay.
There also. He also has a bigger stat block in the Barrows and Borderlands Monster Manual under Vampire Lords because he is unique. But I actually had somebody at the convention ask me if I went easy because my fiance was in the game. I'm like, she was the only one that got level drained that session. and she was not happy with me after that. Yeah. Oh, man. But Hunter has been doing some videos too. We'll have to have. I
did drop one today. The final video of the original solo play I did, the Memory Mill and Death series I was doing, where it ended the TPK because the first character I played died, so I ended up rolling stats for an enemy that I came across, and then he died, and I ended it there. So. Oh
my god! Well, that was with your Mecha Ronin B&B character, right?
Yeah, Afro, the Mecha Ronin Samurai, as I called him.
Dude.
So,
Afro Samurai was one of my favorite shows. It's so good, but
it is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to do a stream talking about that dungeon after all this is done, and maybe when we get into the new year, we'll have a good talk about how crazy it is to make a 53 level mega dungeon. But
your first dungeon.
As your first dungeon, yeah. So. And he is doing it in Hargravian style as well.
Yep.
We've been working together on it, but it's really been a John thing. I was like, I was like, yeah, I've got this Kickstarter going on, but once it's over, I'll come help you out. And he's like, well, I got 53 levels that technically you've been working on it for a long time because your character built it in world. So
yeah, the character built it around April or May, and I didn't really start working on it until about July. It originally wasn't even supposed to be a dungeon. It was just like a castle, once you like get to a high level that has a bunch of gold, what do you do with it? You build a settlement, and then you put a bow on it, ship it off. You don't really play it that much because it's like high level. Start on something new. And Matt's like, hey man, you should really, fill it and start having it like a dungeon. It'd be really cool to like run players through it. And he said this 3 or 4 times. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fine. I'll do it. I'll take a crack at it. And then I get about 35% through it, and I start really realizing how much is in front of me. And it's like the point where you've done so much you can't back down, but you've also done so little you don't want to persist. I was like, you know what? I'm going to knuckle down, and we went through it. And yeah, it's really exciting. I think I only have like 2 or 3 places that still need some actual like looking into, but everything else is done. It's currently being polished right now. And my little brother, he's 16. He wants to be an artist, and he does art stuff on the side. This is his portrait that he did of the castle. And he's just sent me a bunch of work, so he's going to be like through and through the entire thing. So it's really cool not only to have like a really giant module that you can run 100% through and through, or it's so big you can take the maps and break things down, take ideas for the rooms and make them your own and things like that, to where you can also take art and be like, okay, I really like this art, I want to incorporate this, or I want to make a monster out of this for my game. So it's kind of like what y'all did with the whole Arduin Kickstarter. How much value can you give out? And I really appreciate the sentiment that y'all didn't hold back, and are like, we're going to set the bar for the industry, and we're going to not only give people a great product, but we're going to give them more than like what it's like. It's crazy value, especially in this economy.
Yeah.
So I kind of took that idea and was like, and I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to make something so massive. There's no way you could be like, I didn't get my money's worth.
We also, and we've also been talking about making sure, like George and Dave and I have been talking about continuing support for the Portal to Adventure stuff in the back end. So pretty much as soon as the Kickstarter started, I went, and because I knew John was already working on Dungeon, I messaged him. I was like, hey, when you're going through, make sure it's compatible with all the Portal to Adventure stuff in the Kickstarter. So it can be ran with Arduin, it can be ran with B&B, Tonusborg, it can be ran with mixed together. So
it's completely modular. Whatever your preference is, that's what you should do, because that's what you enjoy the most.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was actually about to pull you into it too. And
no, I was going to just say that is one of the best things I love about white box games alone, like White Box or Zero Edition, is just how compatible they can be with almost anything. Like you could literally take Barrows of Borderlands and run it with almost any game. You just got to do maybe some small conversions here, a tweak here or there, and it's really not that hard to do. It's one of the things why I found myself leaning more towards like white box and Zero Edition games, and now more than anything.
Well, that's one of the interesting things is like the way Arduin sort of tags onto stuff. Because when I was going through with the compatibility guide, I was sitting there going, this is the easiest one yet. And then I looked at other old school games, and I was like, well, that's super easy too. Yeah, he doesn't tell you he doesn't explicitly say, oh, you have to roll up characters like this. He gives you things you can tag on top of them. So if you're running another system and you're like, okay, well, I want to work in a Rune Weaver to this, well, you can just scale it to that. You can scale it to whatever game you're using, roll stats like you would in there, and then give them the abilities that the Rune Weaver gets at certain levels. And it's like, it just works. It's an easy plug-in for so many different games. And I don't know. I've also been enjoying the fact that it doesn't really shy away from stuff, because that's one thing that I think has been hurting modern fantasy a lot, is it's kind of like diluted and muted. But Arduin comes off as like heavy metal. It really feels like I'm watching the heavy metal movie, but playing it. So that's been it's I imagine this cover being an Arduin. I think I've got it sitting up here. Where did it go? Thing is awesome. While I'm looking at this or looking for this, Shadow, when did you start playing Arduin?
79.
79. Wow.
Back when dinosaurs once roamed the earth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Land of the Lost music.
the heavy metal magazines should just be the Arduin magazines because all that stuff can be found in there.
Yeah, Heavy Metal came out in 77, which was like the greatest year of all time. Think about it. We got Star Wars. We got Arduin. We got Heavy Metal magazine. We got either Savage Sword of Conan or something like that. We got the John Carter in comic books. We got Micronauts. I mean,
Jay said Traveler.
yeah.
Speaking of Jay, I'm gonna bring on two more people too. I'm gonna do them one at a time though. So I've also got Jay here, who was just saying the Traveler comment. Jay, you want to tell folks who you are?
I'm a random dude on the internet. I'm the youngest grognard you'll ever see. Freaking get off my lawn.
Jay, I think I have you beat a little bit. But
yeah, but I learned with AD&D. I didn't start in modern WotC games.
AD&D was my first two, man. I still love it.
I didn't exist when AD&D. No, but Jay's been playing games with us on the server too, and he runs campaigns in a similar mindset to me with one-to-one time campaigns with letting players kind of just take over. And I've seen some people call it emergent gameplay, which I guess fits pretty well. I mean, it's sort of just seeing where the dice wind up and where the game continues. But Jay's been pushing the Kickstarter pretty hard. I know too. He'll be doing some play testing with us in the future, so that'll be kind of cool with future things. But
yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to I get to run the B&B table at Arcane Con next weekend.
That is true. He's going to be running Dracula in Space up there.
Ooh.
It's almost like I've got a lot of printing to do, so I couldn't make it up in Massachusetts.
Just a little bit.
What con is this weekend, guys?
It's Arcane Con in Massachusetts. It's the 7th through 8th. And I'm trying to think of who's running it. I'm going to pull up the poster because that actually is something to bring up because the B&B will be there, but they've got a few cool things going on. But yeah, I felt so bad when I had to message the creator. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. But you have no idea how much printing I have. Here, I'm going to do. This is
then you sent me the information from him, and he even though you told him no player table limit, he set it at 6. I was like, no, B&B can't be limited, especially with Dracula in Space, to only 6 players.
Yes,
they'll never make it.
Yeah, they're going to have to run like 6 characters each.
Yeah,
right.
There you go. Well, what you're going to have to do is just walk around and recruit people. Say, come join.
I know.
So,
or just rent a white van and just pick up people off the street.
No,
there you go.
No, that's
fresh treats.
Yeah, that'll definitely go over well. No, but
if I was the Shadow, I could hypnotize them.
There you go.
Like it's like, come on, fellas, I got Barrows of Borderlands.
Yeah, Arcane Con looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
I love the art on that flyer.
Oh yeah,
flyer's good.
If I'm not, I could be mistaken.
The fabulous. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, I think the organizer actually drew this as well because he's also an artist. But
sweet.
Yeah, did a good job. He's got a few good games running up there. I don't see Arduin on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got Necromunda. I see Traveler 77 is gonna be on there, which we were just talking about. So, what is this little game here? Barrows and Borderlands. Oh, that's interesting. No, but I think it'll be a good con. It sucks I won't be able to be there, but I will be at Central New York Con in George, when
June.
am I going to be there?
Next year,
Mid-June.
June 12, 13, and 14.
Yeah.
in, right outside of Syracuse there. So that'll be a lot of fun, Matt. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, another Roger runs it with him and his crew, and great convention, kind of, a couple hundred people, everybody kind of family atmosphere, and you get a bunch of special guests, Eric Tenkar, Greg Gilsby, Joseph Block, trying to think D&D comes there. There was a bunch of cool special guests that were there.
Yeah,
like,
pretty good.
Don't hold my feet to the fire, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to come to the New York one too. So,
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun.
We'll be running. I think we're talking about running Rancid Mall there.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's the even harder one. It's meant for levels 8+ Shadow.
Yeah, 8+. Okay, man. Let me say for the 20th time on the live streams, let's put a 1 in front of the 8, and then that's more.
Hey, this is Arduin we're talking about, dude. It doesn't matter what level you are.
Yeah, you just die.
you either die or you kill. So
Yeah.
You get a critical hit, your spine is severed.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
I literally had that happen to my character in a previous game that I was in.
Both John and Hunter wound up getting paralyzed.
My character's still trying to figure it out.
Well, like half paralyzed, thankfully. But I had to like go to like this freaking Soul's Dark Wizard character to get healed up. And I'm like indebted to him.
They went to one of my players, Jacob. He's a necromancer, and he's I think 11th or 12th level right now. So he's in domain play and all that. So Jacob was like, "Bring me your sick and weary, and I will heal you. And if you die, the only agreement is I get to keep your corpse." And I'm like, "Jacob, you're playing this too well."
Come to the Xerxes House of Hope.
He calls it the House of Hope. It's so bad.
Yeah, the irony in that statement.
Yeah, that one. Little secret. That one's going to be a dungeon module as well for Xerxes. Jacob is writing that out, but that won't be for a little while. But I've got some other folks here too, and I'm going to keep trying to like rotate people. So, Hunter, I'm going to swap you for Henry for a minute because we're talking about conventions, and I was going to bring. There we go. This might actually. I wonder if this will work. I'll just have everybody.
Ooh.
There we go.
The gang's all here.
Yeah.
We got the weirdest Brady bunch of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
I need to be like hanging out the window.
Yeah.
That makes you what was her name? The maid.
Oh man.
Okay.
Sorry, bro. I know we just met.
It's okay.
Let's have another.
I can be the maid and
Everybody.
Shrek.
It's actually funny because I was just thinking about coming to Barrows of Borderlands, the Maid RPG campaign coming soon.
Oh,
Medically assisted. What?
Matt, just so you know, Jack Daniels.
Hey,
wow.
you can't go wrong with Jack Daniels. You really can't.
Did you put that in a Crystal Skull vodka?
Yes. Yes. Which of course I drained and then drained.
Yeah. Right. Did you know that's owned by Dan Aykroyd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, drinking from the skull makes you smarter.
Rumor has it George broke into the Smithsonian, and that's actually one of the crystal skulls.
The real Indiana Jones.
Arduin artifact.
Well, now that we know he's friends with the Shadow, we know how.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a team effort.
Yeah.
He got that, and I got this.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Wow. I don't have any cool skulls.
Like
laying
99-cent store special. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
back
a
when
little
there
more
was a 99-cent store. The before times when people actually used coins in the before times.
Oh, he's gonna show you a real skull.
Yeah. Hold on. How do I fix this? Turn the background off.
So when I show up to
I'll
New
just
York,
drink out
you
of
guys
that
gonna
one.
have Doc Savage there? Oh my goodness, is that a skull?
He's gonna drink out of it.
Cool.
I have hundreds of these at my back.
Yes, you do. Well, that's
Hundreds of
because you're a hunter. So, but real
It's
quick,
like, no, I'm a hunter.
Yeah, right. So we've got Henry on. Henry was just with me at Arnicon. I want to know if you wanted to introduce yourself. How do I point to you? Introduce yourself, Henry.
I'm Henry. I joined the B&B campaign earlier this year, and it's been fun. I only played like 1 or 2 sessions of 5e. It was fun, though. Comparing 5e and Barrows and Borderlands is kind of like comparing apples and oranges. Yes, they're both fruit, and they're both round. But otherwise, it's a different feel, you know? For 5e, it's kind of like you're playing a little story, while in Barrows and Borderlands, it's kind of like you're about to die, so you may as well kill things.
There you go. That's a good way of describing it.
Yeah.
Henry just got to play. Henry and John just got to play up at Arnicon some Brownstein play. Henry got to play in Brownstein 1, and John and I played in Banania. And
With Henry.
Banania 2.
That's right. You were also in.
Yeah.
And
Got around.
you got more sit down time to play Call of Cthulhu, which we did not get a chance to do.
It was amazing. Ronan is a spectacular DM there.
I've heard Ronan Wong is pretty good at running games. I haven't gotten to play with him yet. But real quick, we've got another backer. We're at 319 now, and we've got 64 minutes left. So quick little thing for those of y'all that haven't backed yet. If you guys hop on there, all the stretch goals have obviously been blown past. So you're getting 4 miniatures, so 2 Sluggiths, a Wendigo, a Doom Guard. You're getting 10 hex maps and Arduin Adventure. Just right off the bat, if you get the bundle box, and it seems to be the most popular item right now. So we are well above the limit.
Do the ultra pledge.
Yeah, the ultra pledge. That's what I joked with George before he put that on there, and I said you should call it the ultra pledge.
Yeah,
It came very close to being the ultra pledge. Very close.
Oh,
Figured.
man.
I just call it that every time I bring it up. So
Well, Shadow, you just had a little series up on your show about or going over each of the grimoires, and you talked a bit about Dracula in Space. So I was wondering if you had any deadly or insane Arduin stories from playing back in the day.
Yeah, there's this one story that always I always think of, because this kid, his name was Carter. I'm not going to give you his last name, but he was a great kid. And we were playing, and they were running from a night demon. If you know what a night demon is, you know that you're supposed to run, because otherwise you'll be worse than dead. You'll be a minion of them from those life draining. I forget what they turn you into. And they went through these giant doors. They were like, I want to say like 30 feet tall, right? and they closed the doors and spiked them, did everything they could. Mind you, the doors are 30 feet tall, and the tallest person in the party was a Frank. So like they could put the spikes up like 7 feet. And they're, trying to get out of there, and they hear the thing pounding on the doors. 1, 2, 3. Everybody's running except Carter. Well, he was running, but he was a dwarf, so his little feet could only go so far and so fast, and the door just comes down, squashed him flatter than a bug. I thought he was just going to be devastated, and he just rolled it off like a champ. Mind you, this was, back in like 81, 82 over at Bob's Comics, and we just had so much fun playing. I actually used more Arduin in the early days, and later on I kept buying new games and stuff, and I didn't get to use it as much or as often. But man, those days back at Bob's Comics and that group that I had of regular, mind you, these were people who were paying to play. They paid like $275, $375 an hour. I think it was $275 an hour back in 1980s money to play. And of course, I let people play longer than their tickets would allow, and we just had so much fun. It was really like for me and the hobby, because it was right, when AD&D was just coming out, the Arduin books were out, people were transitioning from the white box to AD&D, and all this stuff was just coming out, and it was just the best time ever.
I know too, like, obviously I'm too young to have gotten to play in that era, but the local game store that I frequent, the Green Dragon, that was their main game they played. It was either Arduin or Empire of the Petal Throne. Now they opened their shop in '75, but they when I went in there for the first time, because my dad went to the Green Dragon when I was a kid, and then I moved to Charleston, and starting to go there, I was running actually at the time it was 5e games at the time, and they were fun, and then Scott, who runs the store, would come over and he's like, there are other games out there, and next thing you know, I'm running original D&D, Empire of the Petal Throne at the table, and then later when I met George and Dave, and he's like, they're telling me all about Arduin, I go in there and I'm like, hey, I met these Arduin guys, you ever play that? And they're like, that was our main game. Was Arduin. So they're definitely excited about this Kickstarter as well. They've been having a fun time seeing us play with the because we've done some play testing for the Portal to Adventure compatibility and all that at the store, and they were just, the smiles on their faces, they're like, yes, they all died. But like, characters don't live that long, but if they do, they can become insanely powerful in Arduin because they've got levels 1 through 100. So but I was going to bring up too.
Oh, go ahead.
Or go ahead. No.
The
Jay,
more and more I
you.
hear about the Green Dragon, you're pretty far away from me, but if I ever get down there, I gotta go down and check them out, because it just sounds like Scott and that they're carrying on the old style. It's really lucky, for people to have a resource like that, where they can go, and he's been around forever, right? From what you tell me, so
yeah,
the Green Dragon is honestly like a stasis chamber. Like, there's so much history. Like, there's a bunch of new stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's Magic the Gathering and there's all that other good stuff. But like the collection of magazines, the books they have, the catalog, just like talking with Scott and with Beowulf, it's you can only find like history conversations like that at certain conventions. And even then, it's rare.
And he has a wall of like pulp fantasy novels.
Yes.
And he's actually got boxes full of pulp magazines, and he's still selling them for like $5. And it's
I'll
just
take them all. I'll take them all.
Hey, you might have to beat me there.
Okay,
I get a Dragon magazine almost every time I walk in there.
And the floor itself is laminated Magic cards, except for like one area where there's water damage. Just Magic cards. It's a very picturesque place.
We're in Charleston, so we get floods.
But there's also incense corner of the shop.
That's because of Adriana.
Yeah, Adriana.
Incense.
That's because of Adriana. Adriana's pretty cool too. She's been she did some artwork in Different Worlds magazine and some other magazines over the years, and she's the one that taught me how to paint miniatures, which is really cool.
Nice.
Which she's gonna be really happy when I show up with my metal miniatures and I say, I don't know how to do this. Show me how to do this. And in reality, it means I'm gonna get her to paint a couple for me. So those will be the ones that look good. We laugh at her a couple times because I bring my miniatures in there and I lay them out, and she'll pick one up and she's like, this one's really good. You did a really good job painting this. And I have to remind her, you painted that one, Adriana. The one you picked up was yours. And she's like, stop it.
That's freaking awesome.
You're such a talented painter, Matthew.
Yeah, exactly. Next time I just need to be like, thank you.
You just take the
yeah, exactly. All my best miniatures are because of her. No, she's awesome, and Scott's awesome too. And Beowulf, who's their son, he's been running the store quite a bit, and their grandson, Dragon, is in our games too. So he's been coming by. He's slowly trying to conquer the caves of chaos so that he can make that his character's home. It doesn't work really well when it's like the crash
Hold
site
on.
of a.
Did you just say
What, Hunter?
sorry, it froze on me first. Did you just say their son was named was Beowulf?
Yeah.
Well,
dude,
no, the
we're
son's name's
talking.
Dragon.
Am I still here?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's messing up on me.
Scott's son's name is Beowulf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's Dragon. Dragon's father is Beowulf, and then
Okay, that's pretty
Scott.
cool.
Yeah, well, you talk about fantasy lovers. I mean, the whole family's got cool. They've got like Phaedra, and I think that's Beowulf's sister. I can't remember, but their whole family's cool.
A bunch of Chad names.
Well,
Oh yeah.
she helped me make this dice bag too. She's like, yeah,
Nice.
come over to the house. We'll sew it, and it
Oh,
was
wow.
cool. I've
He
stuffed
also
it
made
too
this
much.
one.
Well,
Yep.
it's just really cool that you go and you run, these old school games at a local game store, and that you have Scott to talk to, because like I'll go to my local game stores. I got a couple within the area, and I was like, hey, would you guys be willing to let me run a game at the store? I've been running for 20 years, and I've gotten to play with some of the original Artisan guys, and gone out to all this stuff, and they're like, oh, so would you be playing 2024? I go, no. And they're like, then we don't need you. And I'm like,
Oh,
Jeez.
my God.
Yeah, there's some good game stores out there, and then I definitely think that for y'all at home that want to start something at your local game store, you kind of just got to be the one to do it, because I wanted to play the old school stuff, and I couldn't. You can't find games, so I had to start my game over there. But as soon as I started it, the table grew and it grew and it grew, and then it got to like 20 people, and we're like, okay, we got to run this online. And we still show up every month to the game store though with our local like 20 guys and girls, because both John's wife and my fiance, they play as well. They don't like how deadly the game is, but that's okay.
Yeah.
what I've been doing is
There's a simple solution to that.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that's what I told him. That's what I told him.
Don't die.
Fuck.
She
seems
said
that-
John and I said that to our ladies, and then they went, well, don't sleep.
My exact words were, modern problems call for modern solutions. Just think before you do it. Don't run around carelessly. And
that went very well.
My
Both of
Running
them
away.
were still very
to
happy with us.
Run into the dead zone and get myself a gun. What are they doing?
Yeah, dude. No, I mean that's kind of the funny bit about old school games is it's like, yeah, they're deadly, and everybody's like, oh, it's hardcore gaming, but it's less that it's deadly and more that the game is more geared towards player skill versus character skill.
Yeah.
So
Well, a lot of game styles are PvE, which is people versus environment, but with Barrows and Borderlands, it's more like EVP, and it's the environment versus the players. And I
It
think
really
that's where a lot of the
is.
unique experiences come from. Is just because it's like you're not setting out to conquer the world. It's almost like you're setting out just to tame it just enough for you to live through it.
yeah, and we've had some success stories, like your character Maxilla, Xerxes. We've had some over the years too, like Sagar and trying to think. I'm gonna get in trouble for not remembering them. But that's okay. But we've had some success stories, and then we've also had, a lot more characters that have never seen the light of day after they went inside the Howling Tower recently. So,
Go on, keep talking.
well,
To add on to my last point, I think that Arduin does the same thing. I think that just with playtesting and like running like Howling Tower and stuff like that, it's very much you're interacting, or the environment's interacting with you versus you interacting with it, and it almost gives you a heightened level of respect. Not to glaze too much, but I really do appreciate that factor of the game, and I think that's what also makes it extremely compatible, not only with my dungeon that I'm building, but with Barrows and Borderlands and other things in that same caliber.
Well,
Yeah.
well, next thing we have to delve into is Lost Dungeons of Tonisborg, because I found out where I want to put the portal to it in our world, so we'll be going to that pretty soon. And that one's not not
be
easy
fun.
either, dude.
No, you start finding dragons in there pretty quick. Like,
yeah, man.
In difficulty, is that like Baba Yaga? Is it Dracula in space?
Levels A plus.
Yeah, levels 8 plus.
So,
It's okay.
Dracula
Hey,
in space.
well, you look at it, and I don't tell the players what the level rating is when they first enter a dungeon.
Right.
I just let them figure it out. But sometimes I do, like with the Howling Tower. I'm like, this was made for levels 1 through 4.
Oh,
And then you get in there, and it's like
thinner.
Air Shark, and and
Yeah,
dude,
Air Shark and the giant battle robot spider, and a bunch of other things that are just like nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not traumatized at all. Like me and
George,
John are not traumatized at
Yeah,
all.
The other
I'm
thing
totally not sanctioning, offline call where we're just gonna, trauma dump on each other about the things that we run through.
the other thing I've seen about like Hargrave's dungeons and Tonisborg is that those dungeons are a lot not just harder to like live through, but harder to map than like they require more mapping skill than a lot of newer dungeons. Like diagonals everywhere. Sometimes levels that go under,
And taking the
Dude,
time to map it accurately could kill you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always tell them, I'm like, you
Yeah.
want to spend an extra 10 minutes
Like,
mapping?
give me a second to draw this
I've
line.
done
Nope,
that.
you're dead.
Yeah. And that I'll
Big
tell you,
saving throw.
when we looked at it, that was the brilliancy. When you look at Hargrave and what he did with that, is because it made it much more difficult for players. Imagine if you can't see the end of the room, or there's like a magical darkness or any type of major darkness in there, and you have no idea the angles, how big. When you're trying to utilize a spell with area of effect or where you're going to want to plant it, it causes you to really have to think or be concerned with what's there. And he always did a lot of things with drop walls, shifting walls, illusionary walls. So it just messes you up. And the other piece of the brilliancy is you need to have a group that's pretty much diverse in a sense that you've got to have a thief. You need a priest. You need the mage. You need a couple warriors. You're not a one-man show that's going to conquer everything. You need that team aspect to the game, and a thief is valuable. It's really important to have a thief. And his dungeons, they made it so that players had something to do. If you were a thief, you were busy all the time. If you're a priest, you were constantly dealing with people getting injured. And obviously, if you're a mage, you're always out there ready to blast things apart. And warriors, they were always busy. When it came to
busy dying.
The funny thing is, our parties always has thieves, and they never have clerics or any type of heals.
Never.
They never.
It is
I
the funnest
just
thing.
typed in clerics. We need clerics.
I literally
Yeah.
have one of the very few
Well,
cleric players.
There are, out of the 177 players, of which most of the players in the actual game have like 4 or 5 characters. We have like a total of 6 clerics in the entire world.
I can count them on my hands.
I would like to clarify, both me and Fox have cleric characters. The only problem is they're in mountains with hyena men helping deal with a hydra problem at the moment that we have been dealing with for months currently, if we're talking about in-game time.
Well,
At this point.
y'all have been
So-
fighting. Y'all have been on an expedited campaign against hyena men in world. So
we're not against
I like
the
to
hyena men. We convinced the hyena men to let us join forces to defeat the hydra. So we're technically supposed to be working with them. Is what the roles came out to be.
I imagine your
So-
2 clerics
Hyena
sitting in a
The
trench
bad
near the
guys.
mountains.
We're
Yeah,
good guys.
We're the good guys now. Wait, so y'all joined the hyena men?
Yeah,
And even
because
my
what
character
happened
we brought
was
in from another world. He was a paladin, but he's lost his paladin ability, so he can't heal either.
Now he's
but I also
he's gonna be a witch
now
hunter.
because we have Arduin, he's a witch hunter because we thought that'd be cooler. Because
Yes.
Arduin's got some
Yeah.
cool
Witch hunter.
classes.
Yes. Which
That's my
one? Yeah.
favorite class.
Arduin
Witch
has
hunter.
really cool classes. It certainly does. Not saying for a biased opinion, but really, it
well,
It's got a lot of them too.
When Matt showed me that, he was like, "Well, you could be a fallen paladin, or there's this cool Arduin class." I was like, "Oh yes, sign me up."
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Hunter? Though.
No, one I wanted to kind of touch on earlier, talking about the level requirements for like your dungeons, because this one right here says levels 10 to 14. I ran this module for my very first game on the Barrows of Borderlands server. I told everyone, make max level characters, bring backups. 6 of them killed within like the first 2 hours. This is a game that, even though like at level 10, it still says, screw your characters, I'm killing you.
Yeah, there's just things in there that's like you open a chest and there's
Tomb of Horrors.
the eyes of a basilisk. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
It's
Dude.
it's a reprint from drive-through.
Okay.
Yeah, and it played
I-
well with.
I have it. I just different cover.
Yeah, I have the.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yep, that's
I
why-
think
That's the
I
other
was
cover
the
I've
one
seen
not
too,
to
yeah.
fall for
As a matter of fact,
the-
my little brother gave me that for Christmas the year it came out, and I still have it.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's
I think
cool.
all but
That's great.
one character fell for the go through the portal and come out naked at the front
Yep.
of the entrance. And then,
Well-
because it was funny, because I didn't tell them I was trying to horrors. And then when I described
There you go.
the face, you could see Matthew's face like shift as he realized what the horror I'm not putting them through.
Yeah, I saw the map and I immediately was like, "Well, time to pretend like I don't know what I'm about to touch." And
Yeah, you don't know that you're going to stick your hand right in there and just, oh, it's gone.
well, it was funny because when I saw it, I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna try and forget that I know where some of these things are." And then I was like, "Wait, where is that again? Am I about to? Is this the right lever?" And but like
That's what 10-foot poles are for.
exactly. But if you've ever seen the we lost George. As soon as he pops back, I'll pull him back in. But we talk about the difference between dungeon stuff, but if you've ever seen the Tomb of Horrors map or any of the other D&D maps, they don't compare exactly to the maps in Arduin, man. Hargrave, and I think George, you brought it up where it was like because of his Vietnam experience, and he brought up foxholes and stuff. I didn't know, like, the way the dungeons are built out, it actually feels like you're sort of crawling somewhere you shouldn't be.
He
And then-
had all types of stuff. You should see all the unpublished stuff we have, how massive things are in there, and all the secret doors and all that type of stuff, which we've come to the conclusion, we're in development of a lot of stuff like that, where a secret door doesn't necessarily mean a secret door. It could mean a secret something. So there's always something. Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, nice.
Looking at, sorry, I just every time I see it update, I quickly pull it in so I can see it. Hey, 43 minutes, guys. 43 minutes.
Wow.
At
43.
12:01, it will be over. So make sure you guys get it.
But
I wanted to.
Honestly, I think one of the reasons, it's not the only reason. He was a very, very smart guy, but another one of the reasons why Arduin's just so awesome is because Hargrave had a lot of actual life experience in doing a lot. He was in Vietnam. He did a lot of stuff, and he was able to apply that, and the fact he was like a genius to make this awesome game that you can tell he's putting actual experience. Sometimes you'll play modern games, and they've written them, or like modern books, sometimes fantasy books, and you can tell this person has never done anything even remotely close to what they're trying to write about, and it shows.
Yeah. No, very true.
There's a huge school of young and up and coming writers who think you literally don't need to do any of that, and I want to take them and smack the shit out of them because these days they're going to get stuck in the woods and we'll never hear from them again.
Right.
Yeah, dude. We have. Well, like when I was working on Barrows and Borderlands, there were a few times where, so I do HEMA fencing and stuff like that, and I also I love to go out camping and stuff like that, and being in wilderness. And I know Jay also loves camping quite a bit. I think you go more than I do. So
yeah.
But that's why I like using stuff like the Outdoor Survival Board when we're doing wilderness travel, because it's got that sort of weird granularity. And what's funny is I actually bring my Algebra Survival board to the game store and we play it there and do little history lessons and stuff. But one of the things that I really enjoyed about Hargrave's Dungeons, which you'll see in the Rancid Maw, we built out the dungeon that he designed for the first publication of Arduin Grimoire 1, and it's the map that was in the back of the book. And I think George, Dave, and I have done a good job giving it that Hargravian flavor. I know George is smiling because he knows some of the rooms that were put in there, and it was kind of wild. But
I'm the one really shaking my head.
Yeah, right. Dave's like, I'll watch you play it. But one of the things I always noticed about his dungeons, well, I say always, since I've started seeing them, and it's something I've started working into my dungeon design, is the amount of secret doors and secret stuff. I mean, at first, when I first looked at it, my first thought was, wow, why would you put that many secret doors everywhere? And then I realized, oh, that's not just secret doors. That could be a lot of other things. That could also be where the monsters are sneaking in to go behind the party and sneak up on them. And I realized it gives your thief something to do. Yes. Because you have the thieves in game all the time, and they're just walking around and they're doing nothing, and they check a door and there's no trap, there's no secret, there's no nothing. But in Hargrave's Dungeons, it's like every single room. And I saw somebody on, I think it might have been like Jeff's Game Blog or something. They had like an image where they mapped out, you can go through a good bit of the dungeon without having to go through a secret door, but you miss like some of the cooler hidden things in the map. But you know, I have Baron on the server who he's been talking to me about Hargravian dungeon design for a while, and he brought up that you could have like the thieves basically give a bonus to like a saving throw for the rest of the party if a trap does go off, which would fit very well in a Hargrave dungeon. But also, what was that show? We just had it up the other night, Fox. Delicious in Dungeon. Yeah,
I knocked my glasses off.
we were watching one of the episodes, or I was watching one of the episodes before I streamed it on there, but there's this scene where the thief goes into the room and he just gets like this spidey sense, like there's some sort of weird trap nearby, and all of a sudden he sets off like 6 different traps, and then a door opens up. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's in a Hargrave dungeon.
There's literally a scene from Supernatural where they have this, I don't know if it's like a demon or something they kidnapped, but there's this room and they're supposed to walk across a certain way. But what they do instead, they tie the demon to a chair, tape him up, and start rolling him in the chair across the room where the demon's getting hit by all the traps as they're setting him off.
Oh, that's funny. That's something my players would do.
Yes, we would do that.
Well, that's one of the other fun things that I've been enjoying about the Arduin Grimoires is all the referee advice. I brought it up a couple times already, but Hargrave was running that multi-table, multi-referee game. He was running that thing that a lot of players nowadays are starting to search for when they're looking backwards, where they've got this sort of, well, what do you call it? Alternity, this multiverse of everybody's table, and you're going from table to table playing. And we've been trying to bring back some of that vibe in the Discord server with our games. So we've got like 11 different referees, and you run games all the time. But you know, your characters, it almost is like for the younger guys, the MMO, like MMORPG style gaming, which I think it's a weird way to put it, but that's really what it feels like to me whenever I think about it. It's like everybody's living in the world. You've got hundreds of players and hundreds of and thousands sometimes of characters. But I know that for those of you guys that have backed the Kickstarter, we do have availability to come join the Discord. Yep. I linked the Discord up at the top of the chat here, but it's discord.gg/Barrows and Borderlands spelled out. Come play the game with us. We've got Fox here made a video about how to get into the server.
I need to share with you I made a fun song using Suno AI one time. It's a Barrows, like just for a fun theme song thing, and I did a song for Barrows and Borderlands.
Oh, I need let's see this one.
Oh my gosh. What I found fun is we've got people running different games in here, and we've got different events happening and all over the place. But so far, people have been having the most fun. Well, I say most fun, getting excited about the the Portal to Adventure and mixing in the Arduin stuff. And all of the new dude. Yeah. Our server gets wild, but we also have Bible studies on Sundays and verses of the day that pop up for those of you guys that want to come join. We're never going to make you join, but we do have that. I want to say we're a wholesome server, but we do have John here, so I'm just kidding.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, Matt, that's one
Not
thing
my
I wanna-
Christian Minecraft server.
Right.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to say there a few minutes ago. I'm glad you brought it up. Is anyone who is getting on the Kickstarter or buys B&B, if you were looking for people to play with, join the Discord. There's going to be games pretty much every week. There's going to be different people running the games. And if you want to run a game yourself on the Discord, go it. If we might do a test run with you or whatever, but people will get in, we're on play, and we'll have a good time. So you're never going to be wanting or looking for, I need to find a group, but there's no one around me. You have the internet, you have the Discord group. We're all going to be there. You said is what 200 people or so in the Discord group at the moment. I think that's going to grow massively. So again, everything you will back, we're going to be using it in our games. And some of us have been testing some stuff for a little while now as well, and it's brilliant.
And
fun.
And when I won't go too deep because you got to save some of that stuff for next time. But when the ABA stuff comes out, we'll be playing that in there as well. The Arduin, bloody Arduin, when it releases. But we've got a couple years before that happens. Yeah, he's got the mug there. Shadow's got it, but
it's the only thing I drink out of.
Right.
I'm not joking.
I'm over here with y'all got cool mugs and skulls and stuff. I'm sitting over here with a plastic dollar store.
Yeah, like what the heck?
I just have Smirnoff ice pop.
I just got Smirnoff ices. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I have an invisible cat.
You have an invisible, yeah. And Fox is over here. Fox, what time is it for you right now?
3:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh!
I'm committed to the game of games.
Exactly.
That's
Fox
awesome.
just did a unboxing video earlier today, talking about the game of games and the Kickstarter stuff. So if y'all want, y'all can peep in on that. Check out that he shows off some of the products that'll be in the Kickstarter. And there's some really cool stuff that he goes through. And then Shadow and Son, if you guys check out his channel, he just did, I'll pull it up too while we're sitting here, but he just did a look through of all the grimoires, and he just talked about Dracula in space. So
and don't forget the last one I did, why Arduin should be every game master's secret weapon.
Yes, he just talked about it earlier. It was a great video. And he's got a whole litany of stuff on here. And then Ultra American TTRPGer, he just had a conversation with us, with me. Was that last week?
Last Friday, yes.
Yeah.
And we just, of course, when I look up Ultra American, I get the movie. But we just had a conversation last week about Barrows and Borderlands. But he has an entire solo play log in the Borderlands. With his, I think we brought it up earlier. Oh, I just realized the screen's a little.
Yep, we did. My Mecha Ronin robot samurai Afro.
Oh
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember reading those logs.
If I must say, Hunter's content's really well. I don't want to glaze him too much because then his head will be too big. It won't really fit on the screen. But his
Hi, Bot.
content's
I'm
really
Kettle.
good.
Nice
Y'all
to meet
check it
you.
out. Yeah, no, his content's really well rounded. If you want anything to listen to, especially like me, I watch his stuff like late night. It's a nice pace.
I love the sound of my players' characters dying as they go through solo play.
Yeah, and while that series may have ended, I've definitely got stuff I'm playing in the works next year, especially with some new things that I ended up getting within recent weeks. I'm going to be using because I'm literally going to be doing the Barrows of Borderlands, maybe 2,000-3,000 years in the future, and there's a zombie apocalypse happening.
Oh man, that's gonna be pretty cool. And
Oh,
and
yeah.
and then we've got to bring up Dave's OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's just throw that out there. I know what. Dave's
No.
old.
Oh man, guys, we've got 30 minutes left. We're at the half-hour mark. We're getting closer and closer. We're at 3:21. Honestly, when we were talking before this, I was like, man, do we even push super hard? Because like we are so far above what the guesstimates were going to be. And I'm already not going to have a life next month. I'm just going to be printing.
Yeah.
We might as well. If any of
Well,
y'all are
you
still waiting.
forgot, Matt, you forgot. The stretch goal for 55K is personalized autograph of every print.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I've got some choice words for what y'all can go do with that.
Matthew's hand would fall off from signing so many things.
What were those
Yeah,
choice
it-
words?
you know what?
Great idea.
He's already full with
You're
the
right.
printing itself.
You're right though. John's gonna sign all of them. So you guys
John's
like,
gonna go to Office Depot and get a stamp made.
Wait. What kind of chicken? You don't have an auto pen?
I was about to say the auto pen.
Yeah.
They
It's like,
reserve
but
those.
then it won't be
They reserve
valid.
those for president. They reserve those for president. So
Like it
no,
would
but
be
we
otherwise.
that's funny. No, we yeah, I mean, we were talking about like, well, is there anything else that we want to put? And it's like, dude, we're right now. You're getting
There's so much in there.
you're.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's like 13 pounds of content. So
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
I,
It's like-
I got the
We
acrylic
have
case
29
coming too.
Yeah.
Oh
We have
my-
29
yeah, that's-
minutes, huh?
yeah, 29
I
minutes.
don't know if we you know what, folks, if we could hit 55 plus, you never know. We always come up with something.
We might call it something. I've got some
There's
stuff
got to
in the
be
background.
there has to be a couple people maybe watching or coming in last second. I know the last Kickstarter we literally had people pledging with like 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes and a minute to go.
It's so weird because yesterday it was 10,000 less than it is today. I guess that's
Oh, I
the
know.
power of the last minute backing. But
Well, it's
24
not
hours.
just the power of the
Yeah,
last minute.
reminders.
Everybody here, as far as I know, has gone out of their way to promote it to every last person, mother, cousin, uncle, mailman, to on the off chance that your mailman played Arduin back in the day and would like a brand shiny new copy to terrorize his game or her gamers with. You guys have all done freaking amazing work with promoting and shouting it out and nonstop talking about it. It'll be nice when November rolls around and we can talk about something else.
yeah.
Of course, I
I
kid.
mean,
You know
I'll
what?
still be talking about this. I don't know about you all.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
by then I'll be working on Radioactive Boogaloo 69, which will be the best one.
69 is always best.
no, but
So I was-
you know what? Shadow's right though, and I know I talked a little bit about this earlier, but everybody has put their heart and soul into this. Everyone's done their part, and I know all you guys have, a connection with Matt. You play, you develop, you make things, and I think it's awesome. And I think there's lots of opportunity for the future. We're always going to be here. I'm going to tell you that. And we've, obviously we've known Shadow a long time, but, we're more than happy to help. We're doing a lot with Matt. Like I said before, we're going to do more in the future. And if there's stuff you guys are doing, we're more than happy to help out or take a look, see what we can do, because to us, it's a community effort right now. I think it's one heck of a community you have together. The Discord, I think that can keep growing. We could do more with that. I'm sitting here while everybody is talking, and I don't know why I get visions of my head. Maybe we do like an Arduin Black League where it's official games of Arduin where, players that survive get certain things or notoriety in the actual canon of Arduin. So I don't know. There's just certain things I think we could do, which would be a lot of fun, and especially with all the creative people that we have here and on the Discord. So
well, you could do what you did for me and Tenkar. Right?
They can't give foot massages to everybody.
Yeah.
But they can give feet pics.
What did you do, George?
I was referring to getting your name on the map.
Yeah.
Oh,
There are new continents left.
We didn't tell a lot of people that, but when we were going through the Arduin map, we actually put a lot of people's names on the map and then told them after the fact. So everybody has a mountain or they have a certain area on the map that's theirs, so to speak, that has their
awesome.
Tenkar's literally got the
That's
Tenkar
something we
Tavern.
can do for the future for people. We have a lot of maps coming. Dave's been going this way crazy, doing stuff. So we have a lot in the works. So there's a thing we can do, but like I said, we can come up with stuff. We can do different things. I think it's great. I know, John, your module there. I love the picture. I love the parchment.
Oh, picture's great.
That's Arduin. And I know everybody.
And don't forget, though, if you get your name on the map, you are then obligated to create a dungeon wherever that name is.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's got to be 54 levels.
Yeah, it has
Yeah, you got to reset.
Everybody has to up everybody else, so it just has to,
Sorry, John. I forgot to announce the secret dungeon that Hunter and Fox have been working on. It's 68 levels deep. No, I'm just kidding.
One of the coolest things about Arduin and all of the like B&B stuff is that just how easy it is to pull. Like they don't restrict you to one thing. Arduin just lets you do whatever. You got all this different genres and varieties and you pull it in. I mean, that was one of the things when I first started talking to Matt about his game that I latched on to, because I met him at DaveCon and we'd played in the Bronstein there, and I was trying to tell him about my game and he was telling me about his and he was telling me all this. I was like, that's so cool. I mean, especially for me, my very first experience playing D&D is my dad took me out to his friends out in Massachusetts, and they worked for Medieval Times. So they were playing AD&D, and then they had to do a joust. So instead of doing it in the game, they went and they jousted for real life in the backyard.
That's cool. That's cool.
Was that before or after they had the? Last time I was at Medieval Times, they had their helmets were literally the same consistency and protection value as a rubber Halloween mask.
Oh my God.
I watched a knight take off his helmet. He threw it on the ground and it laid flat like a beanie or a tool.
They've got budget.
Oh my God!
So quick question: when they jousted, did they use like real jousting spears, or was it kind of like a rubber foam thing going on?
No. It was the people that my dad was friends with. They used real horses, real lances. Like, I mean, that was their other hobby was, and they did that on the side. And so they went out and they had, because one guy's, they were playing in the way that Hargrave and Matt and I play, where, you can have people as barons and kings and whatnot. And so they were two knights, I remember, and they were disputing over, I don't know, something. This was a long time ago, but so the way they decided their characters to settle dispute is the players were like,
so Knights of Badass dumb, but not 5e feeling.
That was a good movie. That was a good one.
Let me point out really quick, because I looked this up while we were watching that movie, because we kept saying it felt like a 5e game. That movie came out the same year, several months before 2014 version of 5e was even released. They both came out the same year at different times.
Sense.
So yeah,
that was in the zeitgeist, that sort of play. But dude, I've also noticed like the community that's been building up and the folks that have been really getting into it. I've noticed a lot of the new school players are going back and they're finding out that earlier style play was actually a lot of fun. And then Arduin's sort of like the hidden gem of it. Yeah. So like with our players and stuff, John, your first Well, why don't you tell us what your first experience with a role-playing game was?
My first experience, I showed up to the Green Dragon and rolled up a character, and he was a mycelium thief that liked shiny things, and as thieves do. And we went into the Caves of Chaos, hunting star shards, which are these like radioactive things you can use to make potions and magic items and stuff like that. And we're fighting cannibals, and we get to this room and we open it, and there's this velociraptor staring at us. And Matt's fiance's first instinct was, "Oh, I want that as a pet." So we're like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing, you know. And I'm playing with another core member, Patty.
And Shay
he's
knows,
really
my
fun to
fiance,
play.
by the way, knows just how deadly this game is when she
Yes.
asks that.
I don't. So we're like, you know what? Sure, I have some laudanum. Let's, you know, we have these hooks. Can we like, you know, lace the arrow tips and try to like knock the raptor out and try to tame it? In the process, his fiance's character almost dies, and we're trying to save her. And I try to shoot an arrow, and or Patty's character, I'm sorry, tries to shoot an arrow, and instead of it going to where he was aiming, which was the head, it hit him in the shoulder, which made him mad. And then Matt was like, "Okay, I'm rolling a d6. If it's 1 through 3, it's John. If it's 4 through 6, it's Patty." And he rolled like a 2 or something, and the raptor ripped my head off. But silver lining, the raptor did become a pet and is still alive in the canon game. So.
PETA, you guys need to go after my fiance. She has a raptor captured. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Being deprived of food.
Oh my, no, it's got lots of myceliums to eat.
Yeah.
No, that was and that was Barrows and Borderlands. So that was John's first time playing a role-playing game was with B&B. And but since then, well, what games have you wound up playing in the server and with the group and everything?
Yeah. So obviously, like Hunter said, you know, we played Tomb of Horrors. I've played Empire of the Petal, Mothership, OD&D, AD&D. I feel like I'm forgetting one or two.
Yeah, you're forgetting Hyperborea.
Hyperborea, Arduin.
And then we also, I don't know, we test out a lot of different games on the server, so we've always got some other thing going on. And then with all the other referees running stuff.
I can say that, you know, even though the games that I've been able to play hasn't reached outside the fingers that I have currently, I will say that I like to think that with what I have experienced, there's two types of like Henry said earlier with like apples and oranges. I look at it more like bowling versus shooting pool. But when you're bowling, you have the guards up. So it's like the ball can kind of go back and forth, but in the end, it's going to hit the pins. But when you're playing pool, there's a lot of different variables that can happen, and only you can really control how the game goes. And that's what I really enjoyed with my first experiences with both, with Hyperborea, with OD&D, with B&B, and with Arduin specifically.
I've got my dad's hanging out in the chat right now.
What's up, Larry?
Father Tapp.
Yeah, Father Tapp.
Exactly.
He's the reason I got into role-playing games because he played back in the 80s. He, like I said, he went to the Green Dragon as a kid. And when I started playing, he's the one that bought me my first set. Granted, it was 5th edition. We had fun with 5th edition for many years. Granted, we hacked it up and tore it to pieces and then said, okay, we got through character creation, and I put the books to the side and we played whatever. But I remember he rolled up like I think his character in my game was John Lennon, the gunslinger cowboy. That's all he wanted to play. But oh man,
don't blame him.
You can see where Matt gets it from, right?
Right. But yeah, no, and obviously my dad's helped me out with getting Barrows and Borderlands off the ground, and him, my mom, and Shay have all been like it when I was writing it and the players were saying like, oh, you got to publish this thing, all this, I'm like, this is a lot of work. And then with the writing and everything, it was like 16 times I was like, okay guys, I think I'm just gonna stop here and just leave it for the game and I won't publish it. And they're like, nope, you can't, you got no choice. I'm like, okay.
You're in too deep, boy.
Yeah. And Henry down here, you've been I think your first game was at the Green Dragon too with us.
Yeah, it was at the Green Dragon. I was going to play Magic that particular day, but all the pods were filled. So I was like, hey, this guy looks like he's doing something. Hey, what you doing? Oh, playing this. I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. I'll play it for a bit while I'm waiting for a pod to show up. But the problem was, I got too into it. You see, I created a mycelium gunslinger. He has delusions of being a cowboy, so he was just too compelling to play. He literally lurks in the shadows like a mysterious person who's like, the danger. That's his name. The danger always watches.
somehow Henry has avoided death for many months, and I don't know how he's done it, but he's smart about it. Henry, have you had a character die yet?
Yes, Olaf. Remember the pirate?
Oh, that's right.
TPK.
It was a whole TPK. It was an epic death against long arms.
That's
what
one
was
of the
painful
D&D
was
monsters.
I kept saying, Henry, you have to be able to change the dice you're rolling. And he was like, I have no other dice to roll. And it just kept rolling bad. It was horrible.
This is why.
Yeah, that right there. Oh my gosh,
Henry,
Hunter,
take
that was a
note.
lot
I
of
have
dice.
gotten more dice.
Well, let's see. I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. And then I have a separate bag that's my metal dice.
And he has
There's
the
so many
D20
of them
ice
because he
cubes
gets
in
an-
his freezer.
Right. There's the reason there's so many.
I
of
want
them
those
is
now that
because-
you've said it.
Yeah, the reason he has so many is he gets new dice every time a character dies in the campaign. No, I'm just kidding. But
No.
Every 2 days, new.
I've only had.
I'm still playing with the same dice from like 30 years ago. I've got about, I kid you not, about 15 dice in my collection.
My son's birthday is coming up, but I just bought him it's going to be his first set of polyhedral dice because we're going to introduce him to I'm going to upgrade him from the current system we're using because he obviously wants the science fiction stuff more than the regular fantasy. So I have a science fantasy Black Cat game that a friend of mine made, and I'm going to start running with him. And it's simple enough that I could teach it to him, but it's not so confusing to where it's like I'm trying to teach him how to play Traveler.
I just use my old game science dice, and I'm weird. 'Cause I wind up not rolling dice that often though, because I like the players to roll it for me. Oh, you have invisible dice, Fox.
Yeah. It's always a 20 as far as you're concerned.
All right. That was like
I like
one
this
of the
one. This
things
one's
that-
my favorite. It's my favorite color too. So it's
that's a
bigger
good
than the
one.
other ones.
Fox's dice can be whatever he wants them to be. You can't see them.
Yeah.
y'all don't know it, but Jay has the best dice. So
I do.
Yeah, he
Best.
does. He's got he's got like D1 through D1 through 100 every single stage. Like
Well,
pretty
I
much.
do have these glow in the dark dice, and I actually have this one. This
It's
guy
all
right
glow
here,
in the dark.
I found this in 1979 at Bob's Comics that was highlighted in Dragon Magazine number 3 or 5 or something like that, like a year before I started playing. Now, if you're familiar with this color of glow in the dark plastic, what color does it
Yes.
glow?
Green?
Yellow.
No. It's like a bluish color.
Red.
This one glows blue. Everything else on the planet is green. I don't know how they did it in '79, but this freaking
Yeah.
glows blue. I used to have 2 of these, but someone swiped one.
It's
And
really
I'm
weird to bring
guessing
that
they
up.
died of cancer from the iridium or whatever is causing it to glow blue. That's why I keep these in
It's so-
special.
It's so funny because the dice Matt was talking about of mine are all glow in the dark dice. So I know my glow in the dark dice. That's why you showed it. I was like, yeah, that's a blue one.
That's
That's
funny.
I have a collection of the Marks figures of the glow in the dark Universal monster movies. Anything if it glows in the dark, I'm going to buy it.
That's
Doesn't matter. Your dog can take a crap. It glows in the dark. I'll give you $5 for it.
Yeah,
When I was at
my
ArnieCon,
dad said to check it with a Geiger counter. Wave it over.
You probably can't see, but this is my metal dice. There's actually red flecks to where it looks like blood on them, and I have it in my entire. I have an entire set of metal dice like that. They're like gray metal with specks of blood on them. It looks like.
Oh man, this is
When
turning
we
into
were at,
dice chat.
We're at HardyCon.
I was actually going to
How are we
say,
doing with the Kickstarter?
Then
11 minutes. We got about what $250 to go.
Nice.
We just need
Remember,
250.
Remember, guys, if you get on the Kickstarter or anything like that, jump in the Discord and you can play with us. We're going to be games all the time,
Play it
so you
with
won't
us.
be looking for a group to play with. You have a big ass.
There's
group to play
a
with.
I forget the name of the company. They do
Good
like
point.
specialty dice, and they actually have a set of like dyadic dice where it's like just the 1 through 9 repeated on them,
That's my
or the
game
1 through
science dice do
Z10
that.
repeated on them.
But
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up real quick because we only have 10 minutes now. I was gonna go through the line. I was gonna start at the bottom, work our way up of questions y'all might have. Let me see. I'm gonna look at the one who looks the least ready. Hunter. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was wondering if you had any questions about the Kickstarter, because one of the things we were talking about before this was like we've covered a lot on other live streams. We've talked a lot about the Kickstarter, and it's one thing for us to be like, hey, check out the cool thing that's going on. And I know those of us that do know Arduin are all in already. But are there any questions you had about the Kickstarter, about Arduin, or anything you wanted to get answered? And then once we'll kind of move up the line, I'll go you, Fox, Henry, Shadow, Jay, John. So
Well, the problem is if I ask all my Arduin questions now, I'll have nothing for my stream when I get these two
That's
gentlemen
true,
on
that's
that are
true,
above
that's
me.
true.
So
Good point.
I want to save all my Arduin questions for when Dave and George come on, which I do plan to have them on at
Well,
some
how
point.
about
So,
how about a B&B or a Tonus board question then?
actually, yes. What other special effects can the horses do in B&B?
Well, it's funny you say that. The horses in Barrows and Borderlands are, I will say it, the most thorough and most well-written horses in any fantasy role-playing game ever made. That is a non-biased opinion. They are ultra approved. I will say that.
Quite literally.
No. We had ultra. Hunter and I had a 5-day conversation about horses.
I love we keep sharing
And-
this story every single time, and it never gets old
Dude,
at this point.
it's the funniest
It's
one.
just so
It's the
good.
funniest one. We had, so if you guys look in Barrows and Borderlands, I'm going to get rid of the background so y'all can see it. But the result of that 5-day conversation was that the horses in B&B needed worked on before it came out in here. And so the newest version of old horses, I don't know if you can see it, but they're, oh wait, I can make myself bigger. I forgot I have the power.
That's what she said.
They are, all right. They are ultra approved. I made sure that they were to his horse standards before I published it. And yeah, no, it was funny. The same goes for the ultra.
Take care,
which is one of the
Off-Grid. I'll
magic
see you tomorrow,
items.
man.
Ultra horse jockey.
Oh, you heading out,
confirmed.
Shadow?
No, Off-Grid is.
Oh, off grid. Yeah, off grid. Don't forget to check out the or send an email to George and Dave. I sent you a message earlier, but you know why.
I like that, Henry. Ultra jockey.
Well, Fox, what about you?
Yeah, I think a good question. So, for new people who might not know much about Arduin, what do you think a good starting class from Arduin you could use? Like, be easy enough to get into the whole feel of this of the game.
That's a good one. I think for that one, we should do Shadow, George, Dave, and me, because Shadow's been playing it for a while. Obviously, George and Dave have been playing it for a while, but I'm sure they have their favorite classes. But I'll start with Shadow. What's your favorite Arduin class?
Star
Yeah, I
Powered
know it's
Mage.
a hard one.
Star Powered Mage. No, it's not. It's easy. Star Powered
I actually made a star-powered mage for my first crossover character when I had Matt on my stream last week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I forget the name of the character, but there is a Star Powered Mage. I would bet my life on it in the old Thieves World set of books by Lynn Aspirin and a whole bunch of other people that all got together and did this collaborative novel series. You guys familiar with Thieves World?
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Okay,
I-
go check it out. It's fun because it's a They made up a shared world, and then these famous authors wrote little stories about their characters, and they would interact with each other's characters. And one of them was a star-powered mage.
I think it's interesting you bring that up, because I think George and Dave told me that there was a little bit of a inspiration from Thieves World stuff in I'm blanking. I might be thinking of Fafhrd and Grey Mouser though. The Hargrave's Appendix N, if we want to call it that. But
it starts with Elric and then works its way down into the more esoteric stuff. Yeah, Shadow Spawn was one of the characters. Lithandi, okay, that's what it was. It's been like 30 years since I read Thieves World. I'll probably have to go back and read them. But
I have the box set up there. The Thieves World gaming box set.
Well, I guess next we'll pick Dave. What is your favorite class? And why?
I'd probably go with the martial artist still in Arduin, just because I like how they got the hands and the feet and the ribbon dance of death and all the unusual little abilities that come with them.
For those that are younger guys, if y'all have watched Naruto, here's what I got from the martial artist from Arduin. It's literally Might Guy. It's literally him. Because you get to a point where you get the ribbon dance of death, or dance of the death angel. He's got like 3 names for it, but it reminds me of him unlocking the 8th gate, and it's just like that. It's exactly that. I think it actually talks about your heart exploding or something when you unlock it. You get to attack like 15 times a turn. It's something crazy like that. You go all out, and then you're just boom done.
When your heart explodes.
Exactly. It's really cool. George, how about you?
Well, you know what? Normally I would say Rune Weaver, because I think the Rune Weaver class is just really cool. And then if you have a Rune Singer, that's even better. The Rune Weaver that uses voice to enhance all the spells and has all these cool abilities. But you know what? In addition to the Rune Weaver, though, I got to say the Thief is pretty cool in Arduin, especially because some of the abilities, and again, this was 40 years ago, they had the line, the con, they had different things that they could do that was so different than your D&D Thief. And it was neat to me. Plus, for the Arduin verse, you have, like we talked earlier about the dungeons, you were always busy. You were critical to a party being able to survive a dungeon. So the Thief class had enough little differences in it and abilities that I think that was neat. So I would say the Thief, the Rune Weaver, of course, it's kind of a fan favorite, but the Thief I think is an interesting class that you wouldn't think so much that would be cool. But for Arduin purposes, you're always busy. You're the main.
And they give you a reason to not make your charisma your dump stat.
Yeah, exactly. Because you had abilities, again, like line and con and stuff like that relied on that. So
3 minutes. I was gonna bring up so for me this is kind of a cop out because I want to pair it with something from B&B. In Barrows and Borderlands, if you guys go to the Horrors and Treasures book, if you go to the robot section, there's actually some secret player races in there. It tells you how to play it tells you if you want to be a robot as a player character. And so I really want to play a robot mage, but I want to use the Arduin mana casting system for him because I just imagine this like metal man with like the guy from actually, you know what? It's funny. I imagine him as looking like the dudes from Doctor Who, the robots from Doctor Who. What are those called again?
The Daleks or the Cybermen?
The Cybermen. I just imagine a Cyberman with runes all over him, and he's just casting elvish magic on everybody. That's probably for me. I mean, I've really enjoyed seeing the 3 mana systems work together, the 3 magic systems work together, along with the 2 psychic systems between the 2 games, and then, but a couple of the guys here have played some. So, Jay, what do you think your favorite so far has been? I think it might be the same as Fox, but
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of cool in there. I do want to try out some of the classes that you guys have just said, but I like the flavor of the witch hunter, but that's just because I'm biased, because that's what I'm playing right now. So
That's
you get me playing another character, and the classes are so cool. That will be my new favorite.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think
How about
we're
you, John?
actually getting closer to a minute until.
Yeah, actually, we got 87 seconds. I'm a
Yep.
laser fire. John, favorite class?
Demigod, 100% hands down.
Your race is your class. Yeah, yeah. Henry.
I really do like the Rune Weaver and Rune Singer, but that's just because they're kind of crazy powerful.
Yeah, exactly. Fox.
Witch hunter.
I
I'm having
knew
a
you were
great
gonna
time with
say
my
that.
character. Yeah.
You didn't have another one?
He's
There's another
absolutely
one in
great.
there that I know you like. No, I'm just kidding.
It's in the red.
I have a merchant as well, so he's
Yeah,
going
that's
around
true.
doing trades and stuff
Oh,
like that.
can I just
I also have another one.
The Witch Hunter's Handbook.
Yeah, exactly. The Malleus Maleficarum, Hammer of Witches.
I might have a
not
Frank Slaver in the
playing
world.
Shadow, I'm playing Solomon
There you
Kane.
Fox, you've got 10 seconds to tell me what your favorite
Yeah, I might have.
possible class is.
Okay, I have a Frank Slaver as well. I have
There
a
you
merchant,
go.
and I have a witch hunter. So I'm
Hey,
playing it
guys,
all.
we got 20 seconds. I think I know what this number is going to be at. Unless somebody can back the Kickstarter in 10 seconds, I'm quite excited at what we got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know
Yeah.
that Fox will be wrong, which makes me happy here.
I'm
Nine,
Yeah, I was
still the
trying
most
to
great.
find out my pledge, but they
7,
won't let me.
6,
5, 4,
Four,
3, 2,
3, 2,
1.
1.
Oh,
Hey, that's it.
Yay!
We got the 1201. So
Nicely done,
there
everybody.
we go. Now to
Nice.
tell you guys about our next Kickstarter. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
That was
Yeah.
the surprise, guys. So in 3 months, man, we're gonna do another Kickstarter.
dude, you'll
What,
never.
what
get
are you,
your print
Archon
on that.
Studios now? Come on. Give us
Yeah,
a break.
Right. So, guys, that means we wound up with 322 backers for this thing that Dave thought we were going to get 100 people to buy.
Oh
We
yeah, just
wound
keep
up
saying
with-
that.
I do. I've got to bring it up, man, because I love it. Because he was like, well, I think we just make 50 to 100 of them and put them up on the site, and then I'm like, but
Well,
We've
to be
got-
fair, I'm 2 of them.
there you go. Well,
Hey, and in my
60
defense, I did say go with the Kickstarter so we can bump it faster.
Yeah.
There you go. We got 63 people. Let me put it like we got 63 people that backed the digital. We've got 33 people that backed the trilogy box set alone, and that's a reason for that because I know what they wound up backing. We got 168 people backing the bundle box, which is insane and really awesome. I think the most surprising one to me is the 51 people that wanted the protective case. That wound up being such a cool addition. Thanks, Dave, for having those figured out.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
it was
why
like-
you think that was so surprising?
yeah,
I love that
well,
I backed for that pledge, but I'm probably going to be taking it out of the case like the majority of the time.
oh, it's
This
dude,
is awesome.
honestly,
I'm telling you.
it is pretty cool.
No, actually, mine. I like I said, I backed it twice. I'm keeping both plastic containers, but I'm giving one of the full pledges away to one of my random viewers. But I'm probably never going to open mine because I got all the stuff already. You know, it'll be the only one that never gets opened. It'll be
Wait.
sealed. I'll weld
You know-
the magnets together, and it'll just be a brick, as they call it in the comic book world.
You know what you need to do, Shadow, though, because you
slab.
have original Arduin trilogies. You need to take the reprints out and use those for play, and put the original ones in the box to stay safe.
That's not a bad idea, but no, I'm going to
Yeah.
keep it sealed.
You almost
There you
make
go.
it feel like you got to break out the shrink wrap machine.
Just so you
be fair-
guys know, on the
Work.
back end, we ended up with 221 bundles
Wow.
sold and 36 of the Arduin trilogy sets.
It's crazy. When we were talking about it, I was like, well, they're obviously going to go for the trilogy. And then I think people really like the idea that it was 3 games that could be
Yes.
combined together.
Mhm.
Well,
I mean, it wound up being pretty popular. I mean, the bundle set we thought was going to be like, okay, well, most people are going to go for the digital, and then the trilogy, but the bundle did really good. But I will be right back. Shadow's in charge. I have to give you that.
I also
I
wanted to
I
say,
got a question because I've been trying to add stuff to my order to help boost up because I want a couple more of the trilogies, but they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me give you guys any more money. Is that going to be in the pledge manager at the end?
Actually,
Well,
it is.
Yeah, we don't have the pledge manager, so to speak. We didn't open up late pledges, Shadow. But what we're doing is people want add-ons. They just contact us. We'll put
Right,
it on
because
the
that was the same thing. Is normally there's a way to, add add-ons.
It should have been. There was add-ons where you could add. That's why we actually had the trilogy and bundles. You could add additional bundles.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Really?
Or either it was that, or once you click the button, you can't change it.
So you can edit your pledge if you log into Kickstarter and you go in, you can edit it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I tried it a minute ago with the minutes running down. I figured, okay, I'll get us to 55. It's only money, and they would not take my money.
Oh, wow.
And then now, okay, I guess I got to log in.
You can't change it now because the Kickstarter's over.
Oh,
yeah.
You can't change it once it ends.
Yeah, because that's basically it's like shut down on the back end.
Yeah, because normally after the fact, there will be what they call a pledge manager, where you can add stuff to it.
Yeah, like when you're going to go pay the shipping and stuff.
Right, exactly. But they wouldn't let me do that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was trying for the last 10 minutes to try and, get us there, and it just wouldn't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now we got to get George working on that.
Yeah. Well, it depends what will happen next time, a year or so from now, how we're going to do it. So we probably will open up the payment over time option, maybe late pledges, but the problem with late pledges is we want to ship as quick as possible.
Sure. And the same thing with the deferred payment, that's 6 months, I believe. And that just holds everybody up. But to be fair, you could always not do a Kickstarter at all and just do a promotion. Everybody here and other people out there in TV land who've helped all you guys out on this project could do the same thing again, and you could just make your own Kickstarter kind of thing, and that way you guys get to keep all the money. Because I know Kickstarter takes a crap ton of money for doing what? Nothing. I mean, no offense, but
they give you the platform.
Everybody here, all you guys and other people who couldn't be here or who were here earlier, we did all the heavy lifting. We did all the advertising, and you guys too, of course. Facebook and X and Twitter, or whatever. You guys did all the stuff. All they did was use this big giant platform to slurp up a whole bunch of money, and you now have several hundred customers or more, and you could just say, "Hey, we're not doing a Kickstarter. We're going to do it ourselves." And
yeah, because
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty certain. I know for a fact Matt would rather have his cut of the Kickstarter, fees than give it to Kickstarter. He wants to get married real soon. That's not that there went all his profit right there, and then some. I don't know if he got something like that, but these young folks and their Dan Fogelberg records.
Yeah, because it looks like Kickstarter takes at least up to 10% of everything because it's a 5% creator fee and then maybe somewhere between 3 to 5% for payment processing fees on top of that. So, I mean, you're still left with a good chunk even afterwards, but still, that's 10% of of almost 55K is a lot.
Yeah.
On a brighter note, now that the Kickstarter is complete and we know we're getting our sweet Arduin stuff. So when I start running in Arduin, where do you guys where on that awesome map should I place my players to start?
Oh, power.
Honestly, it's an easy answer. Tasmande.
Oh, the capital. All right.
Right in the capital, right off the bat.
That was David A. Hargrave's stomping grounds. When we all die and go to heaven, we're gonna look up, the rail system to Tasmande, and that's where we'll find him. That's where I would run the game.
And there's a whole undercity to Talisman too. So you have, the upper city, and then there's an underground in the Great Worm Road. You have the main undercity underneath Talisman. That's where Dirty Orgs is from AG4. So
nice.
That's the
okay.
most
All right.
place in the underground.
I am old. Death Angel.
I was gonna say, just put your character on the back of one of Fox's slaver caravan trades, and just have your character wake up to a guy going, "Good, you're finally awake."
Well, so
I have my merchant. He's dealing with slaves because you get some good money.
Yeah.
But then my French slaver, I have an idea what I want to do with him. I want him to be basically running a mine. So.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna transform my D&D world.
He's a nice guy.
There's gold in their mountains.
Hey,
There's gold in the
cold
mountains.
children.
I could have swore I heard you say mime.
Mine. So,
It's like all the slavers all the slaves are miners.
Wait, so your character's name is Epstein?
oh man,
John called it. John called it.
After midnight.
I have my characters. One of them being
So you're
like a
neutral,
witch hunter,
evil, and
pure, and then a
I
French
could probably
slaver
just
who's an
drive
absolute
you.
evil.
well, we've got obviously the Kickstarter went amazingly, much more than we thought. So, I'm sure George and Dave and I share the same sentiment, and I'm sure Griff does too. He's doing some birthday stuff tonight, which is why he's not here right now. But thank you to all you guys for doing that.
I forgot
The Kickstarter went much more successful than I thought. And obviously I got my dad and my mom down there watching it and stuff. Thank you guys too.
Yeah.
If I'm late to Thanksgiving, it's George and Dave's fault. So.
Oh yeah.
Personally, I would just blame George.
The big yeah. Just so you know, you guys, we're gonna pretty much take Matt and put him on the production cycle. So I think a lot of you guys might have to take over some stuff. I told him I'll allow him to go to the Green Dragon once during November. He gets one open game. That's it. All the rest of the time, it's print, produce, box.
He gets one day of recreational time, and the rest.
Don't
is
worry, man. George will be doing the casting here.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm going to be in the same pit too. So
there we
don't
go.
worry.
Nice hot metal.
I'm also gonna after we get these things boxed up and taken up to you, I'm gonna have to start making a lot more trips because I've got to go up there to Buffalo, bring you guys those boxes. I got to go up there again for Central New York Con. Sometime here, I'm gonna have to go all the way out west and go see this dude down here.
And you know what? Maybe one of the times we'll come down to see you at the Green Dragon.
That would be pretty cool. I hope you guys bring bug spray.
If everything works out right, sometime in like 27, I'll be opening a game shop in Texas, and we'll all be a lot closer.
There we go.
Oh yeah,
that would be fun. I will make a drive out to Texas now.
Well, yeah, you'll
drive
make
to
a drive
Texas.
out, but you'll be stuck there because something will happen. And you'll have to just move out to Texas, and
you better be careful. Hunter and I will take our RVs, and we'll just camp outside there.
I'm okay with that. so I have free security when I go to sleep. That's awesome.
Exactly. Dude.
You'll get a guard cat.
Yeah, and guard tap. Got a guard and a hunter.
No, you need just to hire some rooftop Koreans to watch over the place. That's what you need to do. Get some rooftop Koreans.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good movie, dude. We also just if y'all are on the server too, we do movie nights every once in a while. When did we watched Big Trouble in Little China recently too, and then we watched
missed that.
Love that film.
So
I watched Highlander for the first time.
You watched Highlander for the first time. I was
Really?
quite.
Oh wow!
I was.
Hey, I
offended.
got great news for you. The second one is better.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen
That's
to
the
him.
first time I think anyone said that.
Yeah.
Dude. Hey, here's
Why are
the
you all
thing.
laughing?
Hunter told me that he was watching the
I-
animated series, and I go, "Oh, really? I've never seen the animated series." He goes,
I've
"Yeah,
seen
yeah."
it. It's
And then he,
past.
well, then Hunter says, "I haven't seen the original." I go, "What? Hold up! You're watching the animated series before you watch the original movie?" I told him, I think we were on stream that night or something. I said, "As soon as we're
Yes,
done
it was
here,
right after
you're
we got
hopping
off
on."
my stream. We turned around and watched it.
Yes. So, but I did talk to Griff. We're going to be trying to plan a Secrets of Blackmore viewing on the Discord here soon too, which would be really cool. And I know you guys are working on a little documentary too, right, George and Dave, with Griff?
Yeah, Griff's been
Yeah.
chugging away on them.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that, and it's all about Hargrave. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that. I'm extremely excited about that because I've been missing my new Secrets of Blackmore kind of stuff going on. So
Yeah, we've been with Griff for the last couple of years. We've been interviewing former players and family and industry people who were influenced by Dave Hargrave. Even a couple of these people are actually D&D game designers that were involved in certain editions of D&D, and we had these interviews, and we're doing basically there's Zoom interviews that we're doing so we could put together like a documentary, a video series on Dave Hargrave and Arduin, which is really interesting. So we're trying to get more. We're going to try to have a few more. We're supposed to talk to a couple more people after the Kickstarter's done, like in December, January. So
Yeah, we got some more lined up actually.
yeah,
that's gonna be
and we're
pretty
even
good.
going to have a couple return people. I know Griff in the last live stream talked about one of Dave's players. One of the interviews was really great. He talked about how he played with Dave Hargrave. It was one of his first conventions, and he went into a lot of detail about what happened in the game and the dungeon they were in. So it's kind of cool, and we're doing that to kind of put a history together of Dave Hargrave because he's been pretty much ignored pretty much in the industry. So this kind of formalizes everything about him. And it's interesting, some of the names and some of the people who've been influenced. And we're going to reach out to a couple more industry people, some big names, to have them do interviews too. So
Well, maybe
That'll
you'd
be
like to
pretty
do a
good.
couple of them, post them.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah,
Well, I'll also say real quick, I know John has to hop off. John works like a real job.
Oh my god.
So
yeah.
I know. I gotta John, I want you to say a couple final words because obviously your next thing is gonna be in a little while. There's a little bit more work to do, but I wanted you to talk about whatever else you gotta say before you got off because I didn't want you to just leave. Also, guys, the artist that did that art behind him, he also did a lot of the art in Barrows and Borderlands. There's some pieces in there that he did. So I'm looking forward to more of that. It'll be the Errol Otis thing where it's like I knew him when.
Yeah, it's great.
It's gorgeous.
So,
I was there when the magic was first cast.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
John.
just I want to thank everybody who backed the Arduin Kickstarter. It really means a lot. As someone who is on the ground level, seeing Matt work and kind of being able to see the fireworks as they're going off versus sparking them, it's been a really great journey to be included in. I appreciate all of y'all for allowing me to be here with y'all tonight. Thank you. Castle Dread's coming out. Please keep an eye out for it. I am working meticulously to get it to y'all as early as possible. There's going to be a lot of really cool things that come in addition, but I don't want to spoil too much yet. I was debating on whether I even wanted to show the art. But if you really enjoy good OSR content, I think that you'll be very pleased with everything that Castle Dread has to offer for you. And it's 100% compatible with B&B. It's 100% compatible with Arduin. It's just overall a really cool thing to experience.
and you can come play it with us when
Yes.
it's out. So that'll be a little while. But In the
Sounds great.
meantime, we will be playing this new Portal to Adventure box set, getting ready. You guys got to level up those characters before we take them into Castle Dread. So they've got some work to do. But
An understatement.
yeah, right. Hey,
If they survive long enough.
You guys go through Selmathea and Radioactive Boogaloo. It'll take you up a little bit if you survive that. Then we might hop into Dracula in Space. Maybe we'll go play in Citadel of Thunder or something.
Yeah.
You know, easy things. You know, and then we'll hop in like Rancid Mall. You know, a little minor dungeon. I'm kidding. No, these things are all deadly. Minor, dude.
Minor.
No, we'll be playing a lot of stuff, and even if y'all didn't wind up backing, y'all come join us on the Discord. We'll play. I know that George, Dave, and I like, and so we have a certain amount of boxes that we're throwing together. So pretty much that was it. I mean, if we've got any extras, we're not throwing them away, but they're not going to be for the Kickstarter price. But we're not making any more than what we've got. So, if y'all have interest in Arduin, y'all can go to Emperor's Choice Games and Miniatures. Their website is imcho.com. And I have all those links in the description and in the comments, so y'all go see that. Y'all go pick up everything all the metal miniatures, every single thing. And then keep an eye out. We've got Radioactive Boogaloo 2, which is going to be another free PDF. So we'll be talking more about that later. But I think we've been in here for like 2.5 hours almost. I think we're probably getting close to closing out. This was a successful Kickstarter. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I'm not going to sleep for the next month. But I want to know if we had any closing comments people wanted to say. I know John said he's got to hop out, but if we're going to end it soon, you might as well hang out for a little bit longer and we'll have ending comments real quick. But Dave, is there anything else you wanted to say? And then I'll kind of go down the line.
Sure. I think congratulations to everybody, whether you're part of the Kickstarter or not as a backer. I think it's a great success, and I think if you're going to get the Kickstarter, you're going to be surprised and happy with it. I think you got a piece of history, and it's well worth it. And since it's not going to be reprinted in this form ever again, you've got something worth collecting.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
I thank anybody who backed it, anybody who hasn't backed it, helped any of us small companies, whether it's MCHO or whether it's Barrows or whether it's Tonnesborg or any other small company. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Because we all need the help.
Yeah, dude, you're telling me. George, how about you?
What can I say? I'm just ecstatic where we ended up, and all the effort. And like I said, I'm still in awe of everybody. What everybody's done. Everybody has pushed and did their best to promote and get this off the ground. And it's amazing that we were, only 40,000 not too long ago, and here we ended up almost just a tad under 55. And there's more in the back there too. So it's even more than what you're seeing on the screen right now, which is amazing. But it's beyond that. The number is great. That's wonderful. But it's all the great people that, the new friends we made, the old friends that are there, that are with us, that have been with us and supporting us, people like Shadow, that have been there since the beginning, and all the backers and other people. There's a lot of people that we have that are core, the internal group that we've had that has continuously been there. Our artists, our writers have been fabulous. And now we've teamed up, with another great group of people, with Matt, and everybody here on the Discord and all your people there, Matt, that are wonderful. They're just like us. They have a passion for the game, and they love to play. They love to develop, and they just love to be present and involved, which is just awesome. So I think it's great. And you know what? This is just the beginning, because we do have future plans to do things. And I'm really excited about what we're going to be doing in the future together. So, and it might be a lot of work, a lot of late nights, a lot of consternation going through things, but we'll get through it and we'll be there together, and we will suffer together and we will succeed together. So
There
thank
you go.
everybody.
Yeah. Shadow, you got anything to throw in there at the end here?
Yeah, you guys have all heard me call this my secret weapon. Arduin's always been my secret weapon as a GM. Well, the secret's out of the bag, but now it's wielded by an army of the greatest gamers and friends any man could ask for.
Yeah, there we go. Jay, what you got as you're eating snacks? Oh yeah,
Got me eating. Got me
not
eating.
lacking.
Oh, I'm just so excited to run in these games, in these worlds. That's what I'm looking forward to. So, and awesome job, everyone, getting the Kickstarter backed, and congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you. Henry, you're on the spotlight. Say something. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I have plenty to say. But mostly I'm just really excited to play as all the wonderful things that Arduin has to offer. And just like rune weavers, just
You really like rune weavers. I showed
do
him all
like
the
rune
classes, and
weavers,
he's just like, I want to be a rune
weavers.
weaver.
I also want to do the secret dream weaver class eventually because
Oh yeah, man.
That's
You're
a really
talking
cool
Nick.
one.
You're talking the other grimoires. I think we're ready for that. But,
oh yeah.
let's see who's next on my little list here. Fox, what you got, man?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone who backed the Kickstarter, because all these guys involved in it are doing something absolutely amazing. Again, the box set is getting people an idea of the game of games, which I think is really important. It's something I've absolutely fallen in love with. And again, you're going to have a bunch of great people to play with when you get all this stuff. And of course, I'm talking about myself. Yes. Well, no, you have a great bunch of people you're going to be able to play with. And, again, thank you to Matt, Dave, George, and Griff. I had an unboxing earlier today, so you can check that out. And I will be doing reviews on everything in that unboxing over the next few weeks as well, so you get more in-depth information on it. But yeah, join the Discord, play with us all, and game on and perish. I stole your
Game
line.
on in Paris. Yeah, he stole it from me. No. Hunter, how about you, man?
So I'll try not to be too long, but I'm kind of parroting something I mentioned last week when I had you on my stream, Matt, was we have entered this strange timeline in the RPG hobby where the modern gamer has forgotten about what's came before. We saw what they called people like Rob Kuntz and Sandy Peterson Taurus, even though those are two of the many that created the backbone of this hobby in the first place. And so as I've gone from being a basic Power Beat the Apocalypse player, which is how I started, to now being more OSR, white box, and even bro adjacent, I've been called lately. I'm part of this. I'm part of this kind of collective where a lot of us are like, we want to bring the hobby back to the greatness that was before. And when I started playing this, when I rolled up that intelligence for Green Skull that is now gone. I began to see the vision that Matt was kind of wanting to spread with this, and just seeing this Kickstarter, how it just blew up. I've seen those Kickstarters get successful, funded, and it's just kind of like no big deal. But there was something about this one for me especially. I don't know if it's just because of how much I've enjoyed the game, or it's because I, as just another streamer and as a player, have actually contributed to this in a meaningful way. But this Kickstarter just meant so much more to me than I think anything else I've Kickstarted in the past. And so with Barrows of Borderlands and with the resurgence of Arduin, that I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about, I see kind of like the silver lining for the hobby with this.
Oh, man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, I guess I'll finish us out here. Thank you guys immensely for backing. I had a thank you video the other day, so I'll just tell you to go watch that one, and I tell you thank you a million times. But just one last reminder, come play the game with us. Discord.gg at barrowsandborderlands. At Barrows and Borderlands. And Fox, you stole my line. I don't know what to say now. Three witches circle their cauldron beneath the blood red moon. No.
I always love
I do an intro at the beginning of every game. But no, y'all come. It's such a good one. But y'all come play with us. Y'all have a great time. Like Fox says, y'all game on and perish. But I will catch you on the east side of the Borderlands going through the portal to Arduin. Y'all have a good one, guys. Thank you for backing the Kickstarter. I
Thank
guess
you.
we'll all wave.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Unless, of course.